I said, this seems like a really important thing.
True professionals like this who represent what we are in every single market.
There are opportunities out there, and you just have to grab it.
But a moment like that, where you realize you really do touch people's lives, it's a good feeling.
I mean, it gives me so much joy.
Yeah.
Watching or giving somebody the keys to a house.
Yeah.
And saying, here, welcome to your new home.
CNG Media.
Hey everyone, this episode is in collaboration with Robert Graham, featuring styles from the Short Hill store in New Jersey. Enjoy the episode. Welcome to Vino with Vito. Today we have Samantha Sosa from Wine to Wine, and Kevin, we're not going to pronounce his last name. It's Kevin from Wine to Wine. And we have the Wizard here, the Wizard on Vino with Vito. And today, out of all days, look what shirt I wore. My Robert Graham wine shirt.
We love it.
Good. A day like this, you got to show your spirit with Robert Graham and, our Wine to Wine. And it's going to be a great show. But let me tell you, everybody's been asking, is there a real Kevin? Okay, because where's Kevin? We always mention Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin finally is back.
Kevin is finally here. There is a real Kevin. And Kevin actually bought a lot of wines with Samantha and a Prosecco, which we're going to actually try. But check out this cool bottle. It lights up. How cool is that?
It's something like for nightclubs. Actually, I really like that because have a lot of to do with Versace as well. Looks like exactly like Medusa, Medusa and Versace. I really like it. It's something you like.
Vito's a big club goer.
Yeah,
He's all
I
over
go
the
to
place
club
now,
every day.
Marquis.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, okay.
I love it.
I haven't been to a club since the Surf Club back in Fairfield many years ago.
You're dating yourself now, V.
Yeah, that was like 15 years ago, plus about another 25.
Yeah, but you are 35 years old.
That's it. I know. I was a little baby when we did that.
Yeah, 25 years ago.
Look, I'm having a hard time trying to open up a bottle of Prosecco here. But
he knows more better to sell a house than to open a bottle of Prosecco.
There you go. There you
This
go.
is all right to the ceiling.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to be able to do this. So tell us a little bit about this Prosecco.
So I love Mood, honestly, because everyone thinks of champagne and Prosecco as this like very high-end, very unaffordable, just sparkling wine. And this Prosecco in particular is super affordable. It's super fun. It's very high quality.
That's
so
perfect.
you get a lot of party. Thank you.
You got it.
So you get to party with a really, really good stuff that's not gonna make you sick. There's no sugars added in this. It's and then it has a 10% Pinot Noir. This particular one that we're opening, and so it's very fun. It's
This is
very
a red
light,
one,
very
right?
fun,
It's a red one.
It's the red
It's
one.
a red Prosecco.
Yeah.
It's a red Prosecco.
This is the rosé.
So does Kevin make you know every single bottle of wine?
So I'm supposed to, right? So how are you gonna sell something that you don't know? But most importantly for Wine to Wine is that everything we sell we actually believe in, right? So before we even decide to close the deal with the winery, we go through the whole process of getting to know not just the juice, but the people we're working with. We want to make sure that long term they don't change the vision of what they're trying to bring. Prosecco, Mood is supposed to be affordable Prosecco, high quality Prosecco that anyone could just purchase and have a party with, right? So we want to make sure that those values are going to align in the long term, not just for right now and enter the market and not just blow up and then get super expensive like other products do. So we love them. They're super fun.
Well, let's try it out.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salud.
Thank you for inviting us, guys.
No, thank you for coming.
Can I drink?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
This
You're
is
not
great.
gonna drive.
This is great
You're
for
not gonna
spring and
drive.
summertime.
This is a night podcast anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
we don't have to worry about
Yeah.
that.
What time is it? 8:30. We're good. We're good.
I'm
Wow.
alcoholic.
This is really good.
It's really good, right?
So this is from Italy, right?
It is,
Yes.
yeah.
So I think explain the was it DOC and DCOJ, right? Those offices.
DOCG, yeah.
Yeah, DOCG is more about for the white and red wine, not for the bubbles. Mm-hmm. Like I'm saying, bubbles Prosecco or other brutes from Italy. More of the DOCG is more about like kind of Barolo, Brunello di Montalcino, Amarone, there are some red wines For example, this other one, Super Tuscan here, they cannot call DOCG or DOC because this is like EGT they call. It's whatever the winemaker wants to blend it, he blended it, he doesn't have it registered to the consortium because, for example, the other Barolo, can I have the Barolo Reserva, please? Yes. This is actually one of our best wine. I don't know where's the camera.
Yeah, you're right here.
You're right there. Yep.
Yeah,
So I get no headaches from.
Just for like to dumb it down, right? Kevin is more like the expert on this, but to dumb it down, your DOC really says like it's from this particular region and it's subject to these laws and regulations, right? And then your DOCG, it's a smaller region, so there's more regulations, so there's more things. So there is the association of a higher quality with the DOCG than there is with the DOC.
You gotta love the Italians.
Yeah.
Have their own office just for wine.
I know, but that's what I love
it.
about the wines, right? That they're very controlled, they're very regulated, so you know what the Italians know what they're actually drinking. You know, it's not like other
Not like us
markets.
here.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to.
Like the California Reds, there's some of them.
Yeah, you know, it's like a lot of sugar, a lot of things that are unnecessary. Maybe just because the winemaker doesn't feel confident in the taste.
Let me see that, Kev.
This,
So they'll add
I
a
mean,
lot
the
of stuff
Californian
to it.
wine. Listen, the wines
A lot
are
of
all
respect,
good.
a lot of respect,
Of
yeah.
course,
Wow,
a lot of
look at
respect.
this.
But I sell Italian wine, of course. I want to make sure my Italian wines are
Oh, look at this.
are
Look
everywhere.
at this bottle.
Actually,
All right. And look at the tassel.
It's great.
actually, this label it's from very old book, which that time those years the wine was called. Not Vino, but Vinorum, and this was from old book of wine, and then they made the first page of that book. They convert to a label for this Barolo Reserva. I think this is 2017. Actually, this wine, you Samantha are too thirsty. Looks like this wine. It's an 11 Michelin star all over the world. This wine is phenomenal. We do very very well with this wine, and it's not like kind of crazy expensive. Probably a restaurant. It's like $350 a bottle with, I mean, I think it's worth it, every penny of this. It's beautiful label, beautiful bottle, great wine. Barolos are very tight wine. They need a lot of air. I never suggest nobody to buy a bottle of Barolo and to go bring your own restaurant and open and start drinking because it needs a lot of air. It's a little bit more, it's a little tight. I really suggest in this case more Super Tuscany or nice Brunello or Barolo. I mean Amarone, which it is much easier to start drinking it right away. But this Barolo is our own best wine we have in the portfolio.
So you suggest with this one, maybe put it in a decanter and let it
yes.
breed a half hour and
Even more
than that.
because depends also the vintage and depends the weather, depends the food, what kind of food you have. If you are in a rush, you cannot wait half hour because you have
of
a
course,
nice
like
steak,
me,
all
yeah,
lamb
you
chops.
want to drink
You
it right
just-
away. I don't think it'll ever last a half hour.
Yeah,
just
but I
looking at it.
suggest you next time when you do that, just make sure you open the second bottle at the same time when you open the first.
So this
and
way,
then you can be.
So Vito's glasses tend to have a hole at the bottom usually.
yeah, they always do.
Yeah,
Let me
always.
see, probably
Just disappear.
So
But it's always dry at the bottom.
the counter here. Probably
it's
is the counter here. Like I'm just watching.
But no, it's great because we want to learn, a lot about the Italian wines and wine in general, and a lot of people out there want to, learn about the wines. Everybody says, "Hey, you drink a lot of wine. You drink a lot of wine." Yes, I drink a lot of wine. I like certain wines, but I really don't know the back story.
Here, Vito, my opinion in wine, every wine are great. All the wines are great. The key of the wine is you have to match the wine with the right food. If you pair wine and food, doesn't matter what wine is. I'm not suggesting you to go buy a Moscato and have a lamb chops or burger or to have a filet mignon or ribeye steak. No, I'm not going to suggest to nobody to do that because, of course, it's going to be a big no-no. But if you have a nice Brunello or Barolo with a steak, that's very well. Or if you go some spicy food, you can have a Moscato or sweet wine. When Samantha started working with white wine, she was the one who was drinking Moscato. And then I convert her.
I wasn't drinking Moscato. Okay, I've always been a Pinot Noir fan, but I've gotten into Italian wines and I love it. I think it's fascinating how in Europe they have like just the I work in a lot of the law aspect of this. And they just have so many regulations just to ensure that whatever is being served is like very high quality. And
Sure.
of course, Italy depends a lot on the wine producers. So they want to make sure that whoever is out there in the world representing them is doing a good job. So I love that about Italian wines. And
Me too.
And it's different. Like Kevin said, all wines are good. Sometimes I still drink French or Argentinian or
Bordeaux,
Chilean.
yeah.
Like it depends on who you're with. Like if maybe you're with friends that are not into Italian wines, you're not gonna force it
Force
down
them
their
to have
throat.
it. Right.
Vito
right.
does.
So I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
I do that the same when somebody go to the liquor store. I say, hey, can you suggest me a nice Cabernet wine? I say, well, of course, I have this here from Italy. No, I need to come from California. Just give it a try.
Try.
Give it a try.
Yeah, right.
Give it a try. Because always you have to try different things. It's like the food. You go to a restaurant, you're not going to order all the time pasta fagioli, but you're going to order
Some
sometimes.
people are like that.
Oh, yeah,
And,
they
you're
constantly
missing out,
outside.
guys. You're missing out. There's no such
Yeah, but the wine is
Try
not like
more things on the menu.
The wine is not like a perfume. No, I like perfume. I like, for example, Tom Ford, or I like Acqua
Right.
di Gio, Giorgio Armani, because fits very well in my skin. The wine is different. Like the wine is company. The wine is for example, my opinion is in America we don't drink a lot of white wine. Only white wine we drink is Pinot Grigio. In Italy, it's a lot much more white wines from every region in
A lot of
Italy.
rosé too, right?
Rosé, but for example, Pinot Grigio, it's very like they sell more Pinot Grigio here than all Italy is consumed in America because I don't know, for some reason, for some big brands, they build this Pinot Grigio market. And for example, if in summer when you have a fish in Italy, they're not gonna serve you. For example, the restaurant who sell fish, who does like fish restaurant in Italy, they have very very limited red wine list. It's all about whites because this is the Vito. Please, like you know how it is in Italy.
Of course.
If you go to fish restaurant, it's all about white wines and all fish, and that doesn't mix. Like to have fish and meat in the same restaurant.
Right.
Probably they have little chicken for kids or a little pizza for kids, but they doesn't have like full courses of meat and fish in the same kitchen. That doesn't work in Italy. It's totally different way how they serve, especially when you are in the Adriatic Sea. Of course, you want to have a nice cold bottle of white wine, some crudo, some raw shrimps, or
Right.
You know,
Some
those.
more- yeah. And look, today Kevin actually and Samantha bought us some prosciutto, some cheeses, mortadella for everybody
I mean-
that doesn't know. But
This is tagliera from Italy, charcuterie board in the United States, like
That-
to make
that's
a little
it.
bit more like
Yep,
charcuterie board. But
no. Thank you for bringing that. I'm not a big fan of white wines. I used to be years and years ago. I used to drink a lot of white wine, but for some reason, I don't know how it ended up. Now it's all red wine, and I'll drink red wine when I eat fish also.
nothing wrong. I do that. But also depend of kind of fish you are. For example, if you have a nice grilled salmon, the red wine that's perfect with that. But if you have light bronzino, for example, I'd rather have some Greco di Tufo, Pecorino, or Passerina, something different, or Fiano, or a lot of. I mean, of course, red wine as well. But I really like to have like little salad, little fish, little white wine. Doesn't it's especially in the lunchtime. I really want to do that because red wine with the fish for lunch is going to be a little bit more.
A little right.
So Kevin, you're stranded on an island for a weekend. What case of wine are you bringing? You have to bring one case.
One case.
That's it, one case.
Listen, the good thing is in this business, the cases in Italy have 12 bottles and 6 bottles in the case. I'm gonna do a 12 pack, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of everything, and I'm gonna make everybody happy. And I'm sure I'm gonna come with only corks because the wine is gonna be disappearing.
Throw your message in the bottle.
Yes, mess in the bottle.
But let me tell you one thing though with Wine and Kevin. When I went to Italy, okay, I got a couple things. We were at a winery in Puglia, near Abrobello, by my wife's town, and we're tasting some wines, and it was really good wine. So we asked the guy, "Do you import it to the United States?" And he goes, "No, we don't have importer and this and that. We only sell it here, but I can ship it to the United States." So I'm saying, and I'm gonna call Kevin, give him this guy's information. And somebody else was at another table that happened to be friends of my niece and nephew that were at the winery. And the guy's saying the same thing. He goes, "Wow, I got to call Kevin from Wine to Wine and let him know about this." I'm, 7,000 miles away. I'm in Italy, and somebody else knows Kevin from Wine
You're
to Wine.
international
I'm
now.
like, wow, this is great. I said,
I mean, this business opened a lot of doors for me in the United States. Actually, when I came here in 2011, this was my dream. I used to do this for years in Italy, in Albania, where I born, and I learned in Italy about the wines. Actually, more in the I learned a lot in Italy, and one of the best thing I learned about the in Italy it was the culture in wine and the way how the old school people respect in Italy. It was it's something like
It's a big deal.
it is like the respect. I mean, for example, the family when I was there was Il Crinale. Here, they have very good wines. We import here. We were sitting in table, and I was waiting for the old man to come in table, and everybody was waiting for him to eat lunch or dinner. If he was not sitting there, we have to wait until he came to sit in table. Those little things are very for me. I really respect that the way how they are there, and I hope we can
Keep it going.
also our kids here to have that.
right.
But it's not something not easy. And then when I started bringing wines here, I opened a lot of doors. I know so many people just because of this industry, because who doesn't drink wine?
Yeah,
Everybody likes
It's hard to
wine.
produce too. Like,
I mean, producing it's a lot. I mean, when I was 2015 with some friend of mine, he owns some liquor stores here. He is very successful businessman. He's from India. And when he came with me in Italy, and I was driving a little Panda 4x4 in the vines there, and I was telling the way how the wine is made, the harvest, and all that other process. And he said, "Oh my God, unbelievable! I don't understand why a bottle of wine in America we sell for $9-10 a bottle of wine. Which look how hard work the producer, the winemakers, the
farming,
to work in the farm all day there to produce this good quality of wine that's out here for $9." Which bottle of water it's in Dunkin' Donuts for $2,
Right,
and in
right.
airport it's like $9 a bottle of
$9
water,
for a bottle of water.
which is like, but why?
When I was in Italy, my kids were young, and back then they used to drink soda, Coca-Cola. Now they haven't had soda in years. But we're at a restaurant. The Coca-Cola was more money than a bottle of wine. So the waiter asked us looking, and I'm looking, and the kids, I want a Coca-Cola. I go, no, you're drinking wine today.
Wine.
It was, again, it was a lot
Vito, you
less
remember
money.
those days in Italy when here in the United States is different, but how the kids are in the farms, they work, they stay in the farm with the uncle, with father, everybody with a nono. They work they know the industry about the wine, and when they eat, they have water with a little bit of splash of wine, red wine there, and they drink that instead of Coca-Cola. Or that is the best thing. But United States, like if you do that,
Forget it.
oh my God,
You get arrested,
of
federal
course,
charge.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Del Toscano in Rome, we were there at this beautiful restaurant. They've been there for 100 years. And I asked the guy, what's the age limit here? His response was, if a kid comes in and he wants a glass of wine, we're going to give it to him.
I mean,
Think about that.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's something like, for example, have to be with the parents. Definitely, yes, have to be with parents. But my opinion, if he's gonna start 17 years to drink a glass of wine, if he's gonna start 21, he's not gonna
Know
be.
your limit now.
Right.
I mean,
What was
not
your
a
first
big
glass of
deal.
wine, V?
Me, I'll be
you
honest
remember
with
it?
you. I don't remember, but I remember growing up, my dad and my mom, same thing. Have a glass of wine with dinner. 12, 13 years old, and I'm like, nah. And I started, again, I'll have a little bit, and it would be like, I don't want this,
Yeah.
And I really didn't start drinking wine. I was drinking a lot of beer, probably until I got into my 30s. I started, drinking again, and the wine actually, I started really enjoying it. And again, we used to make our own wine.
Yeah.
And, it was
of course,
amazing.
you have to be there and try it. It's like you cook. You're
That's
making
it.
pasta. You
So,
have
yeah,
to
you
try.
have
Do you
to
remember your
try.
first glass of wine?
Oh no.
She remembers the first bottle, probably.
So, so I think so. It's funny, right? So I'm from Honduras. We don't do a lot of wine in Honduras. We do make
Coffee.
We do make something, a lot of coffee. We do make something that's like wine essentially, but we don't call it wine. We call it chicha. And my mom, she's the best mom in the world. This is not a shot at you, mom. Okay, but I guess she didn't really have patience, you know, and she just like gave us chicha. Like when we were very like, I don't know, like 7 years old to go to sleep. She was like, have some chicha, which is kind of like wine. It's the same thing. It's just like
It's
fermented.
healthy.
It's fermented grapes, and then they add a little bit of like pineapple, and then fermented grapes and pineapple.
To
So,
make you
good.
sleep.
you know, it's like right,
'Cause
yeah.
Italians
I mean, it's
put
what-
peaches in.
It's like kind of wine, you know, but it does definitely. A 7-year-old will definitely go to sleep after a little bit of that.
A little
so
bit
I
of
think
that.
that was my first
Full
one.
bottle, like.
No, just like a shot.
Oh, okay, like a
Like,
shot.
she used to be like, "You want some juice?" And I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Meanwhall, you slept for
And
2
I was like,
days.
yeah.
2 days.
She's like,
2
yeah.
days
Go to
later, you
school,
woke
move
up.
on.
You were 7, you woke up, you were 8.
Yeah. So I guess it's common.
What year we are?
It's common. It's not only the Italians. I think all cultures probably do it. You know, the
No.
Americans probably give them Budweiser.
Wine came from where? Where did it start from? Was it Italians that started
I
it?
mean, listen.
I
to
was
me,
reading a little bit. There's a bunch of like debate about this, but
Sure.
I think a lot of the common I see is the Greek. The Greek just came all over and
Really?
they just brought all the grapes with them, and then Italy was the place where the soil was just great because the soil is
Interesting.
very important
Because
for
the
winemaking.
volcano.
some
Yeah.
history is like the wine was made before Jesus Christ. I mean,
It is. It's like 2000, like even like before Jesus. You know, like Jesus came and he already knew what wine was.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like
right.
it's gonna make everybody.
he was
happy.
drinking probably Tiranello.
They were. Everyone was. And Christianism, there's a
Who knows? Listen, by the way, here.
He's
By the
drinking
way,
Sassicaia.
the
No, who knows? Listen, by the way, listen to me. How funny is Italy? This is why I like the story and the wines from Italy. I mean, again, nothing against the Californian wine, but it's a lot of
Oh, I
commercial.
hate
Fuck
California.
you.
I'll be the first one.
No,
I hate California
it's,
wine.
it's more like
Pour some
There's
for
some good
Cash.
ones. There's some really good ones. You know.
Yeah, there are. But
this wine, Castello di Oliveto. This wine here, Castello. Where's the camera? This is the mic. I'm
Like,
sorry.
No, we got.
I'm
no,
just kidding.
no, here. We got.
Here,
we actually have the
here.
bottle.
Look how funny this is.
Okay.
This wine, the family start making the wine in what year is this? Because I'm getting
That's
old.
1424, guys.
Wow.
1424.
Think about how many years they're making wine. I mean, how can you bid this family to produce wine? Look how much history they have. Look
ton.
how much wine they produce. And this wine here, by the way, this winery is called Castello di Oliveto. It's middle of nowhere, which Vito was there 2 weeks
I was.
2
I
years
was.
ago.
I was just gonna say that. Yep.
And this winery is protected from UNESCO. This bottle of wine here, they have the picture of Pope Paolo and Pope Leone Medici. I mean, this actually is approved from Vatican for the winery, for the family to use this picture of Pope in both bottles of wine. I mean, how can you bid this?
There's a lot
Actually,
of
more about this
history.
wine. Vito can talk about this winery.
I'll tell. Yeah, I'll tell you about that winery, Caterina.
Caterina, yeah.
Caterina.
She's
I went to Tuscany, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and Kevin had called the winery, and we had gotten a private tour. Let me tell you, the history behind it. It was
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. One of the popes actually stayed
you
there.
see the room there? How
They had the room still there.
Did you
and-
stay there at that night?
Nah, I didn't stay.
No,
We had to
because the
get
bed
back.
was like
The bed-
really the bed was sitting down like
Yeah,
this. You
it's- yeah,
like how you can sleep there? I swear.
Pope was this big back in the day.
Yeah, I swear. Probably this is the way how it was the time. I mean,
But I mean the history behind it.
Yeah.
She showed us everything. You had forts. I mean, it was
You compare
amazing.
that and then compare the States. We're brand new.
We are.
yeah,
Like you think about
compared to that-
1400, 1700, it's crazy
Oh,
when you think about it.
I mean, wine is a history. It's wine to me. It's passion. It's love. It's not something like, oh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning. You know what? I'm gonna do wine business. I'm gonna sell wine or I'm gonna produce wine. You cannot do that. Doesn't matter. Probably have some money from from whatever you have it.
Or they white label.
Wall Street and
a lot
then
of celebrities white label
You
it.
wanna be a winemaker.
Yeah.
You cannot do this, my friend. You just go do something else instead of maybe wine business.
it's the same thing with real estate. You can't do it. Just
Yeah.
go do
You need so
something.
much time. Like you look at Tiganello. They've been there for how long now?
Yeah, I mean the thing of this big winery is because they already built a name there. They are just
Yeah.
just they're waiting for the money back for the investment
Yeah.
they have because that wine now is there. It's every. For example, it's all about the marketing as well. I was in China for 3 weeks and I saw there in every restaurant there, I saw there the Zaccanini wine, the wine with a stick. I mean, in United States, it's everywhere in the world. In every bar, in every restaurant, they have in every liquor store. How many bottles this winery produce to be this big? This many bottles? I mean, sometimes you have to think like, how big is this winery? How many hectares of juice they have to produce this many bottles?
Yeah.
Or this. I mean, I'm not saying anything like Santa Margarita, for example. Santa Margarita was in Italy. I'm sorry to say
He's
that.
like, I'm not mentioning names, but Santa
Yeah, I
Margarita.
have to because it's $26 a bottle of wine, which I was in Italy. It's like €5 a bottle. I mean,
Drake.
let's be honest. I mean, now we know the industry how it works. We know how much shipment costs and how much rent I have to pay, commission and all that. I all know that because I'm dealing with them every day. But from €5 to sell here for $26, to me it's rip-off. Just go buy another Pinot Grigio there.
Right.
Find something else.
Do you know who Drake is?
This is wild.
You know who Drake is?
Kev, please.
Yeah. Why?
He's a rapper. And
Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was in like in a video, right? The Santa Margarita.
So I think he like name dropped in a song.
Yeah.
So then after that, like the sales just spiked. And
Skyrocketed,
Now,
yeah.
And the celebrity, it was like $14,
Drake?
and then after
And
that
now
it
all
was
of a
like
sudden,
19. Now it's like
20.
$26.
Because I think with all the wines, though, once people get the hang of it and they like that
That's
wine.
capitalism, right?
Right, prices just
I
keep
mean,
going up.
The thing is, for example, you know, Vito import also wines from Albano Carisi, from the famous singer from Puglia in Italy.
Right.
And so many,
And let me tell you that, Chris,
what's his name?
that's the wine that you love.
Is he a big let me see a picture of him?
this guy here,
But that's the wine that you really like.
Primitivo di Manduria.
Oh, I love Primitivo.
Okay, now,
There you
for
go.
example, this guy, his father used to make wine. Before he became a famous, he was 17 years old. He moved from Puglia, where Vito knows where Puglia is. It's in the middle of nowhere. It was, and still it is now.
Go right ahead.
I'm sorry.
And are you thirsty again? Have some wine. And eat some food. Eat some prosciutto, some mortadella, some pecorino cheese. And he left the house when he was 17 years old. And his dream was, he promised to his dad, listen, Dad, I'm going to be famous one day. And I'm going to open a winery for you. Because he was making a wine and he was selling to other wineries there. Think about how many years, he is 84 years old today. How many years this family's industry of wine. Right. He's not like he became a famous and he opened a winery just because he want to use his Instagram
name.
page to sell wine. I mean, sometimes you have to respect also who is behind. I'm not saying, for example, also the guy from Sting, he has winery in Florence too. I mean, yeah, you bought that winery. You are a famous singer. Just go sing, sell some CD, make some noise in the music. Why want to be? And then what he does is he bring people from United States. They go, they harvest the wine. I mean the grapes, and they bottle and they sell it. I mean, you know, but you hire a barber to go harvest the wine. I mean, you know, it's
you're right.
You need professional people, in my opinion.
So where would you put this against all like the high-end wines? Are you saying like it's up there? Is it comparable or?
I mean, the quality is phenomenal. Of course, that wine is, I think, is 2016, if I'm not wrong. You want a bit?
I think it's 16.
$10.
Yep. 16.
It is? Okay. I want $10 from somebody today here. Yeah, it's 2016. That wine at least needs a couple hours to breathe. And if you want to have the real taste of that wine, you drink it now. When you open a bottle, you drink it right away. And then you let it breathe half hour. You drink it again. Not finished bottle, but just sip it. And you can see the difference, how important it is when wine needs to breathe. When they say wine needs to breathe, it for real needs to breathe. Because it's very important. Every red wine doesn't matter. Let it breathe because it's getting better and better.
I was drinking that on Super Bowl.
You know what I got to do now?
You want to open now and drink for Super Bowl?
No, for Super Bowl.
He's going to take it from you. Super Bowl.
That was the message.
I was going to open that bottle. No, I'm just kidding. But I got to start calling my wife a half hour ahead before I go home now. Open the bottle of wine. I'm coming home.
Yes.
Yeah, but
now that I know, maybe the
just make sure she's open the right one.
Right.
Please record that conversation because I'm dying to hear her response.
Listen, call her live right now.
I'm on my way.
Call her.
Wait a second. Let's call her live.
Oh, I'm coming home. Open up a bottle of wine.
But one day I was home, my mom and my dad was having a little pasta, a little traditional pasta.
You know what? We might call her live afterwards.
We should.
Just text her. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. Just make sure.
Goes.
Hi, love. Hi, honey.
She's gonna respect it, you know. So that's one thing I really admire about the Italian
The wife,
culture.
the wife,
and just
okay.
like everyone I've encountered from
Yeah.
your community, there's a lot of respect for wine, and it's not in the sense like, oh, we're all alcoholics and we drink wine all the time.
No, not at all.
But more like wine is like a companion to all like the good times, the dinners.
If
like,
you finish the whole bottle, you're alcoholic or no?
I don't
Think,
know.
and think about
I'm
it.
not a doctor.
I'm just questioning you because I finished a bottle last night and I look perfectly fine. This.
No, well, so
I mean, we are at 8:00, 8:30.
that's the good thing about wine, you know. That's the good thing, like, right? It doesn't have a high alcohol percentage. Like, it's a little higher than a beer,
Sure.
but not.
And you sleep like
know,
a baby.
Yeah, it relaxes you. It bonds with people, and yes, a lot of things are bad for your body, you know. Like, but
Ton of
wine
things, yeah.
is the lesser evil,
Sure.
if we want to call it that.
Wine is the only alcohol where people tie like an accomplishment with it. Like we'll take this bottle when we
Right.
do this. We're gonna
Yes.
open this bottle up.
I agree
No one
with
says
you.
that about vodka.
Yeah,
I
I'm
agree
gonna
with
buy
you.
Vito today.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
agree.
have.
I have a friend of mine years ago. We used to hang out all the time. Arsenio, okay, and that's when I started drinking wine when I was in my 30s. And he was like, you know, when you open up a bottle of wine, you got to finish it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? And back then, I really didn't, you know, just started drinking. He goes, yeah, you open up a bottle, you got to finish it. I said, all right, no problem. But the problem is now, you open up one bottle, then when you're on
two.
the second, now you
Yeah.
got to finish the second one too.
I mean, the problem is after you finish the second, then if the company came, what are you gonna do? You gonna
Yes.
open the
You
third
gotta,
one.
open,
Right.
you gotta open up the third one. There you go.
I got a wine fridge and I tried to start collecting wines. It lasted like 2
Empty
weeks.
bottles?
No, full bottles. I'm like, I'm gonna save this for next year. That lasted about a month,
Right.
then gone. So
We'll get there.
2015.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I try to do the same.
yeah,
In
it's-
2015, Sasekaya became 100 point, and then I bought here and there some mom and pop liquor stores because it was impossible to find the good place because everybody was buying cases. But some stores like was somewhere hiding in the shelf. I would find, I buy, and I'm covering the bottles. And I find 3 bottles. And one day my mom called me and said, Kevin, are you coming for lunch home because I make some traditional pasta? I said, okay, I'm coming. And I saw my dad, he just opened a bottle of Sasekaya to drink the pasta. I said, I just find it there, this bottle. I'm just drinking now. I said, Dad, do you know what you did? He said, no, what I did? You opened a bottle of Sasekaya 2015, 100 point. I wanted 3 bottles. But, you know.
It's meant
we-
to be. It's meant to be drank.
Yeah, the bottle the bottle was in home everywhere in home. Like for 3 weeks, nobody was drinking
Drinking it.
anymore because we wanted to
Save
save, but
it.
just drink it.
How much is that bottle?
I'm
Like
gonna try-
1,200, 1,300?
Probably now it's like 1,500.
1,500, yeah.
I mean, depends. It's all about the numbers and collection. You know, depends who needs it. If, for
Yeah.
example, you have the collection 10 to 20, and you really need the 15, it doesn't matter how much you're just gonna buy because you need for collection.
Yeah.
But you have people like me, for example, or some like they have it there, but I just have it because I want to have it.
Yeah.
Vito have the microphone.
I'm gonna try my wife, see if she answers.
I think she answered a text message. You're ready to
I
go.
think she's gonna
she won't
understand
answer.
the sentiment. Just like,
Quiet.
Put on speaker.
I'm gonna
No,
put
no,
it on
no,
speaker.
no.
Let's see if she answers.
Now you have to call your wife.
I'll
after-
have a wife.
And now you have to call your husband, and I have to call my ex-wife.
She won't answer.
No, mine 100% no. She never was there when I was with her. Think about it now.
I guess she won't answer.
Would you be right? How do you know? Yeah, it's a voicemail. It was better than answering sometimes the voicemail.
I know.
I
It's
can't
better.
wait for that call back.
So what do you
Let's
think
see
about
if
the
she calls
prosecco?
back.
How do you
I
feel
really
about
like it.
How
I
is
like
it?
it.
I'm not a big
Right?
rosé person, but I do like this one.
I
You
do.
like it?
Actually,
really do.
something I just this
It's
bottle.
just like, you know, it's a good option. Like, you always, I don't like a lot of grapes, but I think of some grapes for particular, like, occasions. So this is like, you're going to brunch, you're hosting brunch over at your house, or the Super Bowl. Like, it's a great bottle for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you go about all everywhere you go by La Marca. My wife, La Marca. My wife. Just buy
That's what I'm
something
like.
else.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Just buy something else.
Right.
Oh, wait. I got my wife calling.
Here we go. Dun, dun.
Hi, Ann. You're on speaker.
Hi, of course my phone was on.
Oh, no worries. I got Kevin, Samantha,
Hi.
and Chris here. We're doing a podcast live. And one thing Kevin and Samantha said, every time you open up a bottle of wine, you got to let it breathe. And you got to let it breathe for about a half hour. Would you mind if I call you a half hour early every night and just ask you to open up a bottle of wine so we can enjoy it a lot better?
Oh my God. How about you just take it in the car?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You can hear.
I'll give you opener bottle, Vito, and you do that in your way home.
We have to add a reminder in your phone. Right now.
We're gonna add.
Definitely.
Uh,
Oh my God, that's really something.
uh,
It would actually taste that much better.
oh
It
yeah.
will,
Thank you.
yes, it
Yep.
does change.
And one other question: what did you think of that winery, Olivetti, that we went to in Italy?
That was beautiful. It was like a fairy tale. Like all the history involved, and the owner was so helpful, and she was very knowledgeable, of course, because it was in her family for a while, and just the history. I just love the history of it, and the wine was very, very good, and also all the apps that they're prepared, amazing. I would go back.
Oh yeah,
I
see
would
they.
definitely go back, and she was such a wonderful lady.
And actually,
nice.
Chris, the other thing in Italy when you go to these
And
wineries,
she's trying to
they-
import
yeah,
the wines
they
by
eat.
by
Yeah, Kevin imports a couple different ones from
Oh,
us.
I found this
couple of them.
bottle.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
yeah.
Oh. Well, honey, thank you for answering. I really appreciate it. I'll see you. I'll call you a half hour before I come home, and this way you can open a bottle. Thank you. Bye.
Now, some other you call your husband.
Another thing to do.
Call
To
your
my
husband
list.
some other.
What should we say?
Open a bottle of Prosecco half hour before I come home, and then he's gonna give you flat wine.
It's the other way. It's fine.
He's gonna hang up. He's gonna say, "What? What are you drinking?" Oh,
Are you drinking or selling?
I'm trying to find this bottle
Working.
of
I'm doing
Brunello.
both. This is great. It's the best
I
stuff
have
in the world.
here. I'm gonna show. I mean, we're talking about kids and wine. 2016, I produced a bottle of wine for my daughter. Her name is Mia.
wow.
She's somewhere here.
good, yeah.
Not my daughter, the bottle. Trebbiano d'Abruzzo. This bottle of wine is called Mia. I named this for her. And when this bottle came here, like 3 months ago, the new shipment, and I was telling her, Mia, what do you smell here in this bottle of wine? I opened a bottle, I was drinking some wine, and she's like, Dad, I smell wine. I say, good job.
That's funny. How old is she?
She's 8.
8?
Yeah, I smell wine. She doesn't know what to say. I mean, what she smell? Milk?
Milk. I know. I smell wine.
Juice.
So what's going on with like the Lamborghini, bottles? Is that like owned, like the land's owned by Lamborghini, so they're licensing the
They were actually
name?
making wine before they were making it the cars.
Really?
So yeah, he was. They
He
were
was a
making.
know
farmer.
that.
Remember?
Yeah, he was
He
a
was
farmer.
building,
tractor,
he was
yeah, I
building
know that.
tractors.
Yeah.
He was building tractors, and that's where the Lamborghini came from. But he was making one before he was building the cars. So yeah, it's
Interesting.
a lot about the packaging, but the quality of the wine is actually good.
Is it
So
good?
there's still, so that's like their wine basically, or is that like a business
Yeah, it's
got
from the
into
same
it? or-
wineries. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's a long story, right? So when he passed away, I guess the children didn't know that they had a winery because
Wow.
when you have a lot of money, I guess it's like that.
Yeah, you forget.
So they sold it
Dad had a
without.
winery, did you know?
They're like, yeah, okay, we forgot about that. They sold it, but they still have like 10% of it. I think it's still
Yeah.
owned by the Lamborghini family.
That's why they're probably able to keep the name
Yeah,
on
they
it.
keep the name, but
But
it's
that
still,
Lamborghini font's not the same Lamborghini font in the car.
No,
Did you
because
notice
they
that?
changed it. The parts
Yeah.
changed
Maybe,
it.
yeah.
They were after they bought it, and this is the problem
Yeah.
when they have it because they changed the logo. And actually, sometimes when I take picture of Lamborghini wine and Lamborghini car, right away I have the message from the headquarters of Lamborghini. Remove that bottle. I don't have a Lamborghini. I cannot afford to have a Lamborghini. I have also.
Vito can.
I only have a shirt, Lamborghini shirt. But Vito has a Ferrari.
He's got a Ferrari, yeah.
What color you have Ferrari, Vito?
Red.
Red,
Red
okay.
Red
Mugello.
Mugello.
as you should.
That is
as
the
you
best
should.
thing.
Like they shouldn't even sell them in any other colors. Right?
Ferrari have to be red. Lamborghini have to be orange. Maserati have to be white. This is my colors of the cars.
Look at that.
What else you got coming?
And wine has to be red.
Wine has
The
to be
wine
red.
have to be
We
red from
like
wine to
white.
wine.
We like white wine
From
here
wine to
too.
wine.
From wine to wine, yes.
Wine from wine to wine. White wine from wine to wine.
So what does wine to wine do for the listeners that are
Wine
listening
to
in?
wine.
What
We go in Italy. We visit every winery.
We drink the
eat
wine.
a lot. We drink a lot, like was not tomorrow. And we load the containers. We load the containers. We buy containers. We sell pallets, and then we go back in Italy, buy containers, sell pallets. The same thing.
and you can't go B2C. It's all B2B,
Yeah,
Yes.
we just import and we do wholesaling.
except for
but-
friends, right?
Right.
Actually,
Never, ABC,
no,
never.
you know
If you're
what?
watching this, no.
No, you know what I do for friends? I put 20%.
Off at the
Oh,
store
yeah,
where
yeah,
you
I
can
do
buy
that
it.
all
Yeah,
the
it's-
time.
So we got like Opus, Sasakai that we could buy.
No, the Opus, no. Opus, go in California.
That's Opus is good. Camus, what do you think about
It was
Camus?
good.
Camus is, it's for dessert.
So what
Nice
happens?
dessert. It's like dessert wine.
I think what happens with this wineries is they all grow the demand grows so big, right? That now you need to buy wine from other wineries that are not the actual the original ones. And now in order to make all that juice taste the same, you need to add stuff. You know, it's like if you're buying like Sprite and ginger ale and you want to resell that, you're gonna have to add some stuff to make sure that every bottle tastes the same. So that's what happens to them. Not to it's just,
mass produced.
yeah, it's mass produced.
For $100
they gotta
a bottle. It's
adapt,
crazy.
and so
I
the
agree.
flavor changes with the demand as well, right? So
Like that Primitivo, I think crushes Camus. In my
Oh
opinion.
yeah.
yeah,
The
and it's like
Primitivo di Mandurri.
$13.99.
Yeah,
in the
Mandurri.
stores, guys.
Another
Oh, the
thing-
Di Mandurri, no, that's like $20.
I have a friend
Yeah.
of mine. He knows all about the wines. I was with him in Italy, like after drinking a lot of baby bottles, like 13 baby bottles of wine with truffle and all that. We're doing wine taste, like 5 people in Piemonte. And I was just open a bottle of wine, and it was another bottle opened the day before. And I opened one. I cover and I told him which one I opened now, which one was from yesterday. After 13 bottles of wine, he told me, Kevin, this is you just opened, this is the old one. Because to be a wine connoisseur, you have to, it's not like you're going to become tomorrow.
Yeah.
You have to
Gotta
drink. Your
taste
palate
them,
have to be like,
Different
have to
years.
be
So what
the-
you do is actually great. To just try a bunch of different ones.
No.
Oh yeah,
All of it,
right.
all the time.
Just
the
try
same
it.
guy, he posted like a couple of days ago. He posted a picture of Camus in store in his Instagram, and I called him. I said, "What's wrong with you? You're posting Camus in Instagram because usually, like for us in the industry, which we know what Camus is, we don't do this posting for all the respect we have from Camus." He told me, Kevin, the reason I posted because it was 2007, and I opened it to the vintage we have now in the store. It's totally different. 2007 Camus to the Camus now, it's unbelievable how big different it is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So that's what I was, that's
Now
what I was
it
telling
became
you.
so
I see
commercial.
the
That's why
demand,
that became so commercial. And how what is the thing they like? Most people like they all like sweet because it doesn't matter what time of the day is.
Yeah.
You have something sweet in your mouth. Oh my God, I like this. But then after you have the second glass, and then you need a lot. You have to drink water.
It's a headache.
And then next day you feel like coglionito. Like, I'm sorry, but like, sei come un coglione domani mattina.
But no, I mean, like you said, with the Camus now came out with Bonanza, with Conundrum, with
White Quilt.
White Quilt, and all those. A little bit less money than Camus is. And I'll tell you, the Bonanza is just as good as Camus, and it's a hell of a lot less.
I think it's
than
more
it.
acidic.
Yeah,
than
it's
Nanza.
like this.
Yeah.
What do you want, Bonanza? Here, Bonanza. You want Camus?
Yeah, here.
Camus.
There you
Here.
go.
Just
You're right.
Bring more money in the account. That's
Just-
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just buy wine to wine.
Just
guys.
buy wine to wine. And speaking of wine to wine, which other wine we're going to open? It's
That was
gonna
my
be a
next
red.
question. I was
Okay.
dying to
I
ask.
was-
I was
dying to
waiting
ask
for
too.
my turn.
I was waiting for you guys to finish the
No,
prosecco.
this is water now. It's no more.
I think we should do that.
That
Maybe
one, right?
because
Yeah.
This one needs less
Oh,
time.
I'm sorry. I
And
made the
This one
camera.
doesn't have to breathe as much. All right, so we'll do this one.
And to clarify, it's not like
This
30
is-
minutes flat. So it depends really on the vintage of the wine, right?
Oh,
So if you
20.
have like a Pope, maybe it needs a little bit more than 30 minutes. So
But
the
you have
older it is,
no. But when you have
the
a
more
pop,
time. Yeah.
you have a pop. Also have a blasting of the pop, which is even better.
He's like, it's authorized by it.
Chris wants the Pope for Super Bowl
You
Sunday.
think you're gonna win the Super Bowl? This is why you want pop? It's gonna help you.
Well, I haven't been drinking, for 2 months now, so
Yeah. Okay. You
I'm gonna
started
start drinking
now.
on
During dry
Sunday.
January?
I did.
That hurts us. Come
What
on,
year is
Chris.
that?
I know.
For what year?
Just kidding.
Huh?
For what year you did?
This was 4 years ago.
I did dry January
For 2
too,
days.
for about 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I did the same when I was sleeping.
Hey, at least you tried.
I feel great though. Not drinking. Not to say it live, but
I agree. I don't
slept
drink
better.
much.
No?
I don't drink much.
No,
but
Samantha
I've been,
is good because she
I've-
sells
I've
much.
been fascinated by just pairing the wine to a food. It really elevates the elements of whatever you're eating and the wine.
What do you like to eat?
So I love all kinds of food. He's just always hungry. So I get in a bad mood when I get hungry.
You get hangry?
I think, yeah. And I can't hide it. So he's very used to that, you know. So I'm sorry.
He sets a
Kevin.
timer,
And
bro.
So
It's fine.
just to
Everyone
let
that
everybody know, we're finishing this bottle of wine because I'm putting the cork in the Vino with Vito cork holder there.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna finish
Yeah,
this
then
one.
we're gonna fill up tonight.
We're gonna fill it up.
Let's go.
We could definitely
I
fill it
love
up.
it.
We have to order another one.
With us four, we could definitely do it. We have a lot of bottles in here, actually.
I let it breathe a little bit. We have a lot of wine to wine bottles in there. Oh, this is a good color.
It's kind of it is a baby Barolo. Okay, let's make.
Yeah.
I think that's probably our mission, you know, to just bring wines that actually help the consumer, right? So a lot of the times you don't know what you want when you walk into a liquor store. So we want to make sure
Vito,
that the
I'll do it.
options
Hey,
you have
thank you
are
so
all
much.
high quality. And
I
it's
go
gonna be
right for the
something-
Italians.
It's gonna be something that you enjoy, and that's what our really Kevin's mission was to bring high quality wines that are affordable within reason, because it goes like a lot of labor goes behind these bottles, right?
Sure.
But it's very affordable. You know, we don't charge as much as Kayla's, and our quality is probably just as good, even.
Oh, yeah.
better, for sure.
Let me tell you, a lot of the wines that I've tried, you know, from wine to wine, I mean, are unbelievable. When you were talking about Albano before, they make, you know, the Primitivo, the
Negro Amaro, Primitivo Salento, and all that.
right, Primitivo Salento and the Negra Amara.
Negro Amaro, yeah.
And let me tell you, I love that Negra Amara.
And it's like $13 bottle
Yeah,
of wine. I
yeah.
mean, come
It's a
on.
different-
Yeah, $13, $14 bottle. I mean, it's amazing.
It's very earthy.
When I was in Italy, I drank that,
Got
and I loved it. You know, all the Negramadas there in Puglia. I mean, it was great.
I mean, another good thing in all this portfolio of wine I have really good relationship with the families there. Samantha knows. Yeah, sometimes.
That's the most important.
Sometimes I don't answer the phone call, not because, but because I'm busy doing something. And but you know, most of the time when I call them for an order, it's not like I send an email, make me a container of wine or 5 pallets. Hi, how are you? How's everything? How's the family? How kids? You know, we have this relationship because when I go in Italy, I go to sleep their houses. I mean, I have the keys or every winery I go, they treat me like a brother or like a family. This, which is the best thing, and this is why I love this industry because when I go there, I cannot wait to go to shovel some truffle in Piemonte, the Massimo from Salvano, or go in Piemonte or in Montalcino to have some Brunellos there, or go in Toscana where Castello di Oliveti is, or in Puglia to have some good fish there. I mean, or Abruzzo,
You're making me hungry now. All right.
I mean, you have
some prosciutto
here.
When I think about
Here.
wine
Hopefully gonna
distributors,
have
there
some.
should be a picture of Kevin.
Right.
know,
With that
right?
suit
So
on.
I admire
He's got
Kevin
the sunglasses.
so much.
No, I have also, even if I'm not Italian, actually, I was dying to have Italian. Where's the camera? I was trying to have Italian permesso di soggiorno. They never give it to me, but it's fine. But I still am honored to live 17 years there, and I never get a chance to go in school there, but I did the street university there.
The street
Cheers,
university.
cheers. This is amazing.
Cheers. I love this.
Oh
This is
my
one of
God.
my favorite. I
No.
was very biased. I said, guys, let's drink that. This is fantastic.
And this is it's a Nebbiolo grape, which
Yeah.
is after little age time become Barolo, and then after more age become Reserva, which is this kind of, let's say this is kind of a baby Barolo, which drinks very well. You can see the color. I mean, I can tell this like it's kind of Pinot Noir color, but doesn't have nothing to do with Pinot Noir.
This
Don't-
is
I
similar
like
in
it.
weight, I want to say. So they're similar in weight. If you like lighter wines, this is a good option to get into Italian wines.
Wine.
Actually.
And I think it's
Yeah.
14% of alcohol. You can see
It's
the
very
lyrics,
high
like-
quality. It's a beautiful bottle.
I like the color too. It's a little different.
It's browner, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you
Wow.
need is some truffle. That's what you need.
You got it in the back, actually.
You have it there? I already ordered, but probably it's
Actually,
needs
under my
away.
chair. It's on the way.
I got
Yeah.
some in my back pocket.
I like this one.
It's good.
Didn't we? So wait, we
I
were
think
talking about
it's
the
safe.
event.
We had one of these
At the event? Was
No, we actually had that one here when I came from Italy.
Oh,
We opened
yes.
up a bottle.
Yes.
Yep.
I remember now.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I like to So just like myself, right? So obviously, you know, I'm young and I'm not Italian or I'm not really
young
from
too.
any.
He's young too.
We're all young. We're
Yeah.
all young here.
Yeah. Fact.
So we're not. So I wasn't really like into the wine culture. Like it's not from my background. It's not like a big thing. But I've gotten into wines through some of our wines, right? And then obviously with time, I've gotten like, okay, I actually like this Amarone, but you have to build it up. You kind of have to build up your palate, right? If not,
100%.
it kind of just it becomes like, this just burns, and it's wine that burns is good, but you know sometimes people don't appreciate that, and they tend to be shy and they scare away from the wine. So this is a great introductory wine. If you're watching this, you want to get into wine. A Langhe Nebbiolo. Langhe is the region. Nebbiolo is the grape. It's fantastic. It's really good. It's very lightweight, very subtle, a lot of high quality. And if it's like DOC like ours is, it's even better.
You know a lot about wine.
Wow.
I've had to. It's kind of my job, Chris. So I've had to learn.
You have a good
about
teacher.
It. Yes, of course. Yeah, Kevin. So you know what I really love about working with Wine to Wine? Anyone could get a job selling wine, right? Like I think it's probably super easy. There's 1,000 companies trying to sell wine, but we work with wineries that are family owned. So all of these people are actually protecting their reputations. It's not just about making money. Or, I mean, it is about that. Everything's about that, right?
making money,
But
yeah.
it's also about protecting your
good quality
reputation. So it's like, it's like a good quality. Like, if I'm going to throw this, like, for example, Sylvanan products, Mood, or Oliveto, like, I want to make sure that whatever the people are drinking really represents what my great-grandfather and my grandfather did envision for us. So I think that's super fascinating and super inspiring, and I love the culture. I love Italian wines.
Yes.
It's for everyone.
Yeah. Salvano Wines. Remember, we met Massimo.
Yeah, he came to the event
He
last
came
year.
to the
we did
Robert Graham
yeah,
event.
yeah.
Yep.
And also another thing, Vito, for example, which I tell to everybody who we work in a team together. Be proud of what you sell. Because if you are proud of what you sell, you know you're going to sell. And I'm telling you, like I'm telling the other people who works, you don't hesitate. You don't have to be embarrassed to produce this bottle of wine to any liquor store, every restaurant, everywhere we go, because it's a value there. I'm not saying only Wine to Wine have this. Every distributor, every importer wants to bring the best from Italy, from France, from Europe, whatever products they are bringing. But I'll guarantee you, this product, which Wine to Wine imports from Italy, we are proud to serve every single one in this country. And actually, we started in New Jersey 2016. My English was zero when I started
That's when
selling
this bottle
wine
came
here.
out. Oh, with this bottle.
Was the
Super Bowl bottle.
Super Bowl bottle. Yeah, you're gonna
wait.
break the rules of January,
It's
dry
only
January.
Wednesday.
No, it's February.
We're in February
I'm
already.
in February now. No, I'm in January 2016. 2016, in January I had the first container came from Italy in the office I used to have in Garfield. And I was with my dad, just me and him, we wait for container to come. No forklift, no transpallet, nothing, no pallet jack, and container came. It was raining, and the guy said, "Hey guys, wait a minute. I don't know what to do." I was like, "What? How am I gonna handle this now with me and my dad? My dad is 7 years old. I mean, how am I gonna do this?" And I was just going crazy, and then a block away was a warehouse. I go there. I give a bottle of wine, of course. I give a bottle of wine to the guy there, the manager. He gave me his forklift with his driver. I called my friend police. They brought the forklift into my warehouse.
You made a mess in the port. That's what they say.
Of course, because how he's gonna drive the forklift in your river drive by Venetian?
I love these stories.
And then he came there. Oh my God! And then when we load the container, it was my first container here, my first experience. I have videos, I have records there. I mean, those are the things like.
You're never going to forget that.
No, never. But listen.
They won't
Vito,
either. They won't.
Vito, let me tell you something. If you tell me how much I suffered, which I love America more than everybody, I swear.
This is the American dream.
The more how I suffered here in America, it's unbelievable because was not the way how I was told from people when I came here, and was not the way how it was in the movie. But reality here, it's totally different.
You got to work.
If you ask me how many years you have in America? I came in 2011. We are in 2025, right? We are.
Yeah.
12
Yes.
years. Okay.
14
No,
years.
just after
Just making sure.
Yeah, just to make sure. Let
Double
me see
check.
my calendar. Yeah. I have 14 years, right? If you ask me how many years. But if you ask me work-wise, probably I'm here like 35, 40 years. Because I never finished my day with 8 hours. I forgot to work 8 hours in my life. Since when I was 10 years old, I was always in the business, always in the business. And this is the way how all my family and how they teach me to...
That's right.
I mean, first job I had with my paycheck was in America. I never worked in my life with paycheck from nobody. I always was work for
Cash.
me. In Albania, cash is not. Yeah, in Italy as well. But here, I'm saying when I started the first job here, I started working in a hospital. I was doing floors because my ex-wife was pregnant. I needed insurance. And the wine thing that was going, but the insurance, I cannot afford to do wine business and paying insurance.
Paying insurance,
And
especially
then,
today.
things change.
A
Bad
big,
things,
big
good
issue.
things happen. I'm very happy I have 2 beautiful kids. And,
But
We
But
should
I
have the
love
ex-wife
it. I
on
love it.
Yeah.
next to podcast.
Shout out to the
but just to show you, you know what? Everybody thinks, hey, America, the American dream. You come
Right.
here,
It is
you pick
American
up,
dream.
Yeah,
But
no,
it is,
but
you
you're
know?
picking up money
Right,
from the
yeah.
floor.
No,
No, you
no,
have
no.
to
So
work.
before
like
we're
you said.
enjoying
You-
the
you-
wine here, before the podcast, all that came.
No, you just
Yeah.
if you want to collect the money, just watch Netflix because it's the best thing to do. Stay home, watch
Stay
Netflix.
home. Get a check.
I mean, also Netflix is not free, but better stay in YouTube.
YouTube. And when you're on YouTube, subscribe to Vino with Vito.
Yeah, exactly. Do that at least instead
So
of
2011, you come over here?
11. I came.
Oh, that's recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
14
was-
years.
Recent.
Yeah, open the door. It's right there.
You know,
About
you know
your
how
age.
Vito got here? Vito, tell him.
I got here in '67.
No, but how'd you get here, though?
Hi.
It's the,
Cheers.
it's
From
the
America.
To immigrants.
America.
To
America.
America.
I love America.
My dad sold his mule to pay
love
for
the story.
our airfare to come to America.
See,
How old were you when you came?
I was 4. Now picture my dad, 44 years old, my mom, and I 4 siblings in total, and just packed up in Italy and came to America.
Did you know you were coming? Like in your head, like do you remember that moment where you were like,
I-
I'm
Baby
leaving?
Vito.
Nah, I
With
was
the
4.
Cupolini on?
I had a Cupolini on. Yeah. What I did was
That's how you freeze
Suspenders.
time, yeah.
I kind of it was a snowy day in
the
December
sock holders
when
on?
I remember
left,
when
when
we
you left.
no when we got to the U.S. it was snowing.
Nice.
But
Have you seen snow before?
In
no,
Puglia, no.
no, no,
In Puglia,
no.
there's
I'm
no-
from Basilicata, but still,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
it's
okay.
right there. Yeah.
It's-
No, yeah, never saw really snow back then. But 4 years old, came here. My father sold his mule to come, and fam, 6 of us. It was
I
insane.
love those stories.
Insane.
Oh, yeah. It's
And,
beautiful.
and speaking about hard work, you know what? I remember my father. There was no such thing as 8-hour days. He was working in a factory 12 hours, 16 hours, making sure he got his overtime. He was sick. He would go to work, never drove a car, never got his license. He would
Community.
take the bus to go
But
there,
also
or
the
somebody
community
else
was
would
a lot
drive
much
him
more
there.
helpful because also,
Right.
for example, now I see I'm part also of some Italian association here. Some of them they never signed because they never make a phone call to pay the PCNG.
Sure.
Because they didn't know. I mean, actually, by the way, since she did mine a couple days ago, but doesn't mean
I
I'm-
pay his PSENG, guys.
I'm
He
done-
doesn't know how to use his phone. He
No,
tells,
I'm
hey
just-
Siri, call Vito right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, some of those days. But also,
I
this
think
is
I
the-
think what happens here is like everyone's just like struggling on their own. Like everyone's like fighting their own little battle that
Sure.
we forget to connect with the community and try to
Yeah, but those days
reach
Samantha
out.
was much different because all this Italian club association
Yeah.
was made just to help the community.
From what I've known, from what I'm seeing from an outsider, you guys are very like a tight knit community.
No,
That I
you
would-
see that from the outside.
Yeah.
The Italians destroy each other.
I know. I was watching a video.
You
one
know
day.
how it goes.
I was watching a video one day to learn a little bit more about
I
like
mean, yes or no?
grapes that I
They
haven't
support
tried.
also a lot each other.
Here's
Come
what
on.
I found. The Italians that came here together stick together. The ones that are born here, by the time they're 45, 50, everyone hates each other.
No,
They
that
do.
is also
Christmas
Albania.
Eve goes from 100 people down to like 15.
No, this is also for
the
Albania.
truth.
Doesn't mean it's the
Maybe-
same. It's the same
Maybe
shit.
it's the lack of
Jelly
wine.
is
that
the
everywhere.
same shit.
It's lack
Yeah,
of wine.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
But
I'm sorry,
anytime like we're out and like we're partying or whatever we're doing, and it's like a good moment, I always say a mule from a mule. You know, because that's where it started from.
Yeah.
So they stick together, but the Italians that are born here, it's a whole different ballgame.
I was watching a video about like just wines, you know, like grapes that I haven't really like tried,
Sure.
like grapes that I want to try, like I want to walk into a store, and I honestly haven't found any of them. But I have like a little list of grapes that I want to try from Italy, and they were like, well, so they divide Italy into 3 parts, but I actually do it into 6. And I was like, okay, and it was like the southern part of Italy, and it was like Sicily. Campania and Puglia, and they were like arguing. They were like, we're not the same in the video. Like it was like 2 guys, and I'm like, oh, I guess it happens in every country. We all say like we're not the same, you know.
Here, by the way,
we're all like right here, but we're not the same.
By the way, where's the camera? No, there's the mic again. I'm sorry. I have a phone call from California. No, Vito, look how funny.
Let's answer it.
No, it's fine.
No, sure.
No, it's a bill.
It's a bill.
You know, I know it's a bill because.
Let me answer then.
It's so.
You wanna pay $10,000 a bill? It's for 2 months.
He's not paying.
No, it's for the warehouse we just got in California now because thanks God. So this is something which
I'll get it for $7,500 right now.
Get it done.
I don't believe you. You come across like that guy.
Here, Vito.
Like
I'll get him down.
This is why I believe
I'll
in
get him
American
down.
dream. Let me tell you something. Like when I came here in America, I used to speak only English. I mean, only Italian. I'm sorry, only Italian and Albanian. But with Albanian language, you don't go nowhere to sell wine because there are some Albanian restaurants here and there, but it's not like they are like. Some of them,
the staff.
Yeah, but some of them doesn't even believe I sell wine. I own a company selling wine. They thought probably I work for somebody else. Because for some of them, those, for example, like, oh, we can have a restaurant, but you cannot sell wine to us. Because how come you sell wine? Because Fedway sell wine or Peachy sell wine. Why not me? You have a restaurant. Olive Garden has a restaurant. Why you have a restaurant? You know, why you have to do that kind of paragone? Come si chiama in English? Paragone. The sample, like
comparison.
Comparison. You cannot do that. Why I cannot sell wine? And I started from 0. And if I tell you how much story I have, how I start selling wine, it's unbelievable. But it's fine. We're gonna take another day for that. That second.
That's a third bottle.
Yeah. The third bottle. Yeah. Let's do that for a 4th bottle because I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm gonna tell everything I know.
We're getting the full story.
How much and then what I was telling you about the American dream, Vito. My dream was to sell wine in America, and thanks God I have the license through a lot of helps from friends, which God bless them who helped me, and even who hate me, I don't care. God bless all of them.
You're always going to have haters.
I don't care.
You're always going to have.
God
You're always
bless.
gonna
Cheers for my. No, I'm not gonna cheers.
For the haters.
No,
for
I'm
the
gonna cheers
haters.
for my people.
For the
Who
haters,
loves
for
me,
the
who
people, for the
support me.
people.
Cheers, and thank you, Vito and Grace, for having me. And some other thank you for supporting me and listen to all my bullshit all day long. But I was telling you, Vito, I have New Jersey license. I have Atlantic City license to sell wine, permit to sell to casino. We start selling wine in Vegas. I just have the license to sell wine in New York. I just applied for Florida, for California license. Now I'm going to have a Florida. This happened only in America.
Yeah.
I don't think exists any better country to follow your dream and move. But you don't have to break brakes. I don't use brakes. No brakes. If you use brakes, somebody's gonna
go right ahead of you. Yep.
You have to wake up in the morning. It doesn't matter what time you go to sleep. You have to wake up in the morning. Even, for example, the good thing in this business, you don't have to go to work. You just sit down, wake up in the morning, make a phone calls, bother people, try to sell wine, make deals, and that's
Drink the wine.
I mean, I have to drink it even in the morning because, for
I
example,
might start working for you.
for example, I have a Zoom call in Italy. They over there, it's 12 o'clock. It's the lunchtime. Now here's 6 in the morning. Hey, Kevin, let's try some wine. What I'm going to do? I'm going to tell them, no? Of course, yes. It's my business.
Oh, I think I'm going to get into the wine business.
Me too.
I love that.
And then 6 o'clock.
I think you're already in
For
the wine
example,
business.
yesterday, I started drinking. Yesterday, I drank probably like 50 different Brunello. 10 o'clock, 50, because it was Benvenuto Brunello yesterday in Manhattan. I started drinking Brunello di
Like, why didn't I get an
Montalcino
invite?
yesterday, 10 o'clock in
Let me
the
check
morning.
my phone. I didn't get a phone call.
I called you, but it was a voicemail and
Was it?
transferred to Vito.
You probably have my
Vito's
old. That's my old number.
Yeah,
I'll
probably.
get my new one.
Now, you know, for
911.
example, I'm going
So 50 different Brunellos.
Brunello yesterday. Tomorrow,
My gosh.
tomorrow, 5 o'clock, I have to be in plane. I'm going in Paris because I want to buy some wine from
That's
there.
terrible.
Also,
It's
it
a
is,
hard
right?
life.
Isn't
It's
it?
Right.
So rough.
America, my friend.
America.
American dream.
Only in
Only
America. Only in America. God
And
bless
then-
America.
God bless America, and everybody blaming Kevin. This is the problem. God bless America, but everybody blaming Kevin.
But no, I really enjoy this because you're giving us the history of the Italian wines. You're giving the history of yourself, how you came here, how you sacrificed, you did what you had to do, and now you have a successful wine business.
It's a
And-
lot much more I have to prove. This is nothing. This is zero compared to where my dream is.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Where I'm gonna go?
Yeah.
In Moon.
To the moon?
He's gonna go with
Eli.
Basil.
the
Can
first
I have a
champagne
piece
bar.
of
Forgot
focaccia
you.
there?
What'd you
Yeah.
forget?
Featuring Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Private label.
listen, I have
A
from
Tesla
the
champagne.
president, I have signed picture of
Right.
him. Like, I mean,
How
we're
many
not talking
stores-
politics here, but listen,
We just want to carry
we
a
love
lot
America.
of products that are very like high quality.
Yeah, someone that was mentioned. Actually, my little company, Wine to Wine, is known like a luxury product because we have Bugatti wine, we have
Yes, like
Bugatti
we have the
champagne.
exclusive rights. I don't know, like Kevin gets into places. Like he just texts me the next morning. He's like, I have a meeting with the president. I'm like, what? How? He's like, yeah, he was at the restaurant. I just came up to him. So I said, hey, I'm Kevin. You want a glass of wine? And it works for him. I'm like, sometimes like you just gotta shoot your shot. Really.
100%.
That's who Kevin is. And
You know what I do sometimes, my friend? I just open the trunk, put some cases of wine,
Right,
and just leave,
yes.
and the job is done.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
all you have to. You
goes
have to
when he
hustle, my
meets
friend.
someone, he gives them a bottle of wine, and then we're in like this big account that probably other distributors are hating us for.
You know the reason why, Vito, because I am so confident. Like I have so much patience in this product, and I know this wine is good. I'm not embarrassed to give you this bottle
Right,
of wine.
because you know it's
Because
going to
I
be
know
a
if
good
you're
wine.
gonna open
Right.
this bottle of wine, you're gonna drink
You're
it.
going to enjoy it. Yep.
I know you're gonna like it, and why not you don't care? Because
I'm
you're a
gonna say
cat.
that's the key to this recipe. That all the wines we carry it.
They're
fantastic,
great
honestly.
wines.
Everyone would say that, right?
Yep. I met Kevin, right? Kevin naturally through Facebook and,
Yeah,
and
reached out.
everything else,
No,
right?
actually, by the way, they're
wait,
not
I'm gonna
very ugly.
I'm gonna tell you the story when I first met Kevin. So, I never go shopping with my wife when she goes grocery shopping.
Because
at
you want to see the
ShopRite.
bills, yeah.
No, because again, I don't want to. You're right. Don't want to see the bills. Let's not call her about that either. But so
I
I
don't
go
mean to
to,
cut you off, but we're in the car driving somewhere, and he's got his camera in the front door. He goes, "Look, another Amazon box." 10 minutes later, fuck, another Amazon box. It was like 6 boxes. I can't. Anyway,
now I'm eating, right? So we go to ShopRite. My wife goes, you know what? Go to ShopRite Liquors, buy a couple bottles of wine. We didn't have any wine. Or unless you want to drink the homemade. I said, all right, I'll go next door. I walk in next door. He's right in the front with all these cases of wine. And he goes to me, he goes, hey, how are you? I go, good. He goes, you ever
Good, how are
try
you?
this wine? I go, good, yeah. You ever try this wine? I go, no. He goes, you sell real estate, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm Kevin. You know, I sell the wines. We're
Yeah.
on Facebook together, whatever. I thought he was joking around,
Yeah.
but he actually, that's the first time I
We
met
met
him.
in Shop at Little Falls.
ShopRite
Great
Liquors.
store.
Yeah.
Beautiful, very nice people there. And actually, we're talking. You bought some Albano Carisi wine, and actually, we he, in that time he was coming in the United States. He came to ShopRite in a Little Falls, and it was amazing. It was a beautiful. So many people that come to support Albano there. They were there, signing a bottle, taking a picture with him there. It was very nice, very nice. Which, oh my God, it was COVID. I'm gonna tell this story. What I was doing, I was delivering wine all morning. No driver. Who drivers comes?
Yeah,
Because
nobody
was. I was just doing all my delivery. My wife, in that time with kids, they used to stay by her mom because my in-laws, they're old. And I was staying by myself home. She was coming, bringing food, knocking at the door. I opened the door, put the food inside, and then she was leaving, and I was by myself home. And what I was doing, chit-chat video and all this bullshit everybody was doing at the time. And I saw a video of Albano Carisi say, I just rebuilt a beautiful winery. Now I can produce like 3 million bottles a year. And I texted to Albano Carisi page of the winery. His daughter answered to me, Ramina. And she said, Kevin, I told him I'm Albanian. Albano Carisi has family. He has a lot of history with Albania because his father, when he left the country, Italy, he was a soldier in Albania, and then his wife, he was pregnant with Albano, and he told her, if it's gonna be a boy, name him Albano because I'm going Albania in the world. If it's gonna be a girl, name Albana. Albano came, and for us, Albano in Albania is kind of like Padre Pio for us. We love him to die because he came with Romina in 1991 when Albania was communism, and then he sang that song Libertà, means liberty. That was kind of message for us, and then we left. Everybody left the country after this concert. He came, and then she said to me, "Come and visit me in my winery, and we'll talk with my dad. We'll talk about the project. We can make it happen." And then I was talking to, like, all this project was taking years to do because, like, for example, if we pick this product, the bottle to buy, it's not like you can put in the boat and bring it next day, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of process labels,
Shipping,
state labels, and then register label to FDA, COLA, state, and all that. It's a process. Take at least like 5-6 months, sometimes even a year. For mood, took us almost a year because the battery, you have to be container approved and all that. It's a lot of legal work to do. And then my mom and my dad came here after COVID. They were staying for a couple of months, and then I was telling my mom and my dad, I'm so excited. Albano Carisi coming in New Jersey. We're gonna do wine tasting with Albano in liquor store, and after that we're gonna go in Atlantic City. He's gonna have a big concert there in Ocean Casino. It was so excited for me to tell my mom and dad. And like a couple of weeks ago, my mom and my dad left for Albania. And in the way, going back home in airplane, my mom said to my dad, "I'm so sorry for Kevin." My dad said, "Why?" He lost his mind. My dad said, "Why?" But you see what he's dreaming? He's going to bring Albano Carisi. He's from Albania, from Elbasan, from small country there in Albania. He's going to bring Albano Carisi in the United States. Selling wine with Kevin in Atlantic City? I mean, can you believe this? He is out of his mind. He's crazy. And then...
She wasn't wrong, though.
She was not wrong, right? But this happened.
But...
And then probably was my dad was not wrong because he was listening to my mom bullshit. Like we always do.
You're supposed to, guys.
Yeah, it's part
of...
of...
watching, listen to your wife.
Okay, yeah,
we always do.
Yeah, we have to do that. Especially when we sleep, we listen more. And what happened? When Albano Carisi came here, I FaceTime my mom. I say, "Mom, look at here. I have Albano here with me in Albania." And my Albano was talking to them, and my dad was watching. Instead of watching me and Albano, my dad was watching my mom. You see? You're wrong.
You're wrong. That's right.
And happens. When Albano came here for me, I was like shaking, like I swear to God, because having him sitting, I mean, I was, grow up with him, listen to his song. And then you have lunch with him. I was here, to this picture here. When he came here, I was here to Pasquale, Queen Margarita.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name again?
Oh, that's right.
Albano Carisi, Pasquale. Matteo from Il Crinale, Antonella, me, my wife, my daughter, my son, Pasquale, Sergio, and Albano Carisi.
Pasquale. Yeah, Regina, Margarita, and Nutley.
Here, yep. He came here. He came to Crown Plaza in Celebrook by my office. I called Pasquale. I told him, "Listen, you want to have fancy? You want to go eat fancy or you want to eat trattoria?" I told Albano. Right. Albano said to me, he's very kind of like us. "Kevin, of course I want to eat trattoria. I don't want to go fancy."
Yeah.
And he told me, "How far is it?" I told him, "It's just 10 minutes. All your Albania is the same thing. All about 10 minutes. Even if it's half-hour drive, 1 hour.
Same thing in Italy. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, a half hour later.
He told me, "Kevin, I know your Albania is how you are. 10 minutes, even it's an hour. Just no, it's 10 minutes." And in my way, I have me, my wife, my daughter, my son. Everybody was in the car. I have a big van. And Albano was there with me. And I called Pasquale. "Pasquale, make me that private room ready because I'm coming there with Albano." Pasquale, we all know Pasquale. Just hang up the phone. And then, for some reason, he is the Pasquale. For some reason, it's Napolitano. For some reason, we arrive. I parked the car there. My phone starts. Somebody was calling me. I was in the phone. Sergio, his manager, was on the phone somewhere else. And everybody was like, we opened the doors of the car, and everybody was kind of split it. And then Albano, what he was doing, he was by himself. He opened the door of Queen Margarita. And he goes inside. And everybody was, Albano, Albano. Nobody knew I was coming there. Like everybody was like so excited.
I
to
didn't
see.
believe you.
He doesn't even pay attention when I told him Albano is coming. They were trying to touch him. Listen, Albano, are you for real? Oh my God! And then so
what a
many
great
people started
story.
him because somebody was there, put a picture.
Yeah.
Albano is there, and so many line of people they start coming to Queen Margarita. And yeah, it was funny. And also, when he came the second time, I was with him at Osteria in Garfield.
Yes, I came with you there.
Yeah,
It's
very
very
good for
good.
that. Actually,
Very
this,
good. Yep,
this,
yep.
this place is different than Queen Margarita because Queen Margarita is more Italian restaurant, which is great food. This is more authentic Sicilian. This is more about Sicilian food.
Sigi
They-
food. I love Sigi food.
No, Sicilian.
Yeah, Sigi.
Sigi. Oh, this is the
This is
Charcuterie board.
We call it Sigi.
Just like the UN, we got Italian, Albanian, and Doors.
But now we're talking about different foods and different places. I'll tell you, we went to the Pizza Bowl the other day in Sea Caucus, and there was like all these different, 4 different pizzas in the north, the central,
They
and the
have
south.
wine there?
They had a bar. You can buy wine or you can buy liquor or whatever.
You should look into that. next
But
year. That sounds fun.
we
Like
went to
pizza.
and I'm gonna do a shout out. We went there and Tyranno's out of Livingston here actually took first place with the pizza.
Really?
Dave from Tyranno's. If you're ever in Livingston, let me tell you, he's right down the street.
Dave's the best.
Kevin, the best pizza you'll ever try. Tyranno's Pizza. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
we have to go there.
We have to go there.
Now it's late to go for dinner, but we
He's closed now. I think he's closed.
What time is it? 8:39.
It's 9:30
It's
now.
past my bedtime right now.
But no, I really enjoy this, and I really enjoy the stories that you're
I'm sorry, I'm a little
telling.
bit emotional in front of the
No,
camera.
there's no emotions here. I get
thought you were gonna
emotional.
start crying.
I
He's
get
gonna start crying a
emotional.
little bit.
I started crying a couple times on the show. Chris will tell you.
I'm having a good
it
time.
comes,
Come.
But
Listen,
What's the name of the singer again?
Albano.
Albano?
Kevin. Are you talking about me?
No, the singer. The singer.
I'll pictures later.
Where's he? I love it. Next bottle.
Albano Carisi. It's ALBA.
He's like a big
Big
Sing-
Italian singer. Yeah.
He is like
You didn't know
not
that?
only
I think I met him. No joke.
He's ShopRite.
No, in Rome.
Okay.
Hold on.
Look at
Give
Chris.
me a minute here, because he's like the Elton John of Italy.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, he's
But no, I'll tell you, the Albano wines are good. Albano's a famous singer, but
I mean, with Albano, we have a little break, but we just recovered that.
I was just gonna. I didn't want to mention it, but I'm glad
just
you
happened
mentioned
a couple
it.
weeks ago. I just was on the phone. I said, listen, yes or no? Yes, we're gonna continue doing business together. Which they love to do business with because for some reason they choose their own partner.
Right.
They thought they're gonna do better than me, but nobody can do better than me because I know that. I know that my skills.
Right. You've been in the business. You know what you're
That's not
doing.
the guy?
It's like getting somebody
no,
else.
No,
you
this
know,
is the
just to start out.
No,
And,
but I know the other guy.
It's
I
kinda
know another
like
Italian guy.
building-
Yeah.
It's kind of like building from like zero, right? With
Right.
any distributor. So a lot of people when they buy wine, so the wine industry has been kind of like slowing down. I don't want to say dying.
Can I
but
have some water, Chris? Please?
Absolutely.
wine has been a part of humanity. It's like the
Thank
first like actually alcoholic beverage. Like it's like even older
Oh,
than
yeah.
beer, you know. So
Yep,
I don't
yep.
think wine is going anywhere. It's
No.
just like we have to, as an industry, we have to come like a collective and just kind of evolve with the market. And I think people now are more conscious about what they're drinking. And I think that's why wine to wine is a good option. Not that I'm trying to sell anything, but yes, I'm
You never
trying
know.
to. Like
no,
that's my job.
but
No,
the only
but-
thing is you got to stop putting holes in the bottles, the
right,
bottom
I
of those.
know.
like your glass.
Yeah, that happened to me now because I was thirsty. Would
You
you
were
say-
thirsty. Oh.
But yeah,
But
this
yeah,
is-
like, you know, just to become a little bit more conscious about what products and who you're supporting, right? Like he said, it's not like there's anything against celebrities or you know, any animosity towards California wines. It's just that really
Yes, there
people, a lot of people see this industry just like
Yeah.
a money grab. But there's a lot of families that actually depend on this industry as
Sure.
an income and as a livelihood.
Look at Sicily.
And so, exactly. So
That's the only jobs available in
You know-
Sicily.
Is
the
making
thing
wine.
is,
You know?
Really, yes.
I was
think
trying-
that's what we need to talk about more. I've been telling Kevin, I think we need to go very hard in this campaign where we actually tell people who is it that you're supporting when you do buy a bottle of wine. You know, like it's not just this like materialistic thing or like just on the outside or whatever. You know, it's not. It's just you're supporting farmers.
Do you see like younger people drinking wine, or do you see like
No,
older
I
people?
think
They're
that's the
losing.
problem. So we're losing a lot of market. So
But you know, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Samantha, and I'm gonna answer your question, Chris. The reason is because you go in a steakhouse, you sit in the bar, you see a person eating a steak with drinking espresso martini.
that's come on, guys. What the?
Yeah.
Just wake up, my friend. You know what I mean?
you know?
What do you want to do? You are hungry, or you want like just instead of having a
Right,
nice
like, go to
brioche,
the
There's so many
club.
trends.
go like
Like,
you know,
go to
you
the
cannot
club,
do that.
yeah.
I mean, what is the point to have a
But
steak
I
with
think that's where our staff also like we on the other side, right? Like the professionals in the industry,
Yeah.
we need to step up, right? So if you as a waiter you see that, it's like, come on,
Come on,
you
drink
can have
a-
those espresso
yeah.
martinis after,
Right.
but open a bottle with your steak, let the wine elevate the steak, let it be vice versa, and then we can have espresso martinis.
Me myself, Vito, I cannot have a lunch, dinner if I don't have a glass of wine.
I'm the
Doesn't
same
ma-
way.
Yeah, do you know what those are called?
What they called?
Alcoholics.
No, they're no, juice alcohol, juice called
Just kidding, no.
juice.
It's just no.
Yeah, but
You got eggs and toast in
listen,
the
don't
morning.
forget one thing. Like everybody knows that a bottle of wine a day keep a doctor away.
It is. It's, I think
But depends
it's
what
all
size of
about
the bottle,
culture,
though.
About
Yeah.
enjoying.
Depends.
Yeah.
It can be a bottle
Yeah.
of 1.5.
My
Or a
mom,
big one.
yeah,
the
my
big-
mom's 92 years old. She still drinks a glass of wine
See?
every night.
That's what I've learned. Like
Nope.
Italians don't drink to get drunk. It's just part
No.
of a culture.
No,
Culture.
not at all.
Right.
It's part of a culture. It's kind of like
Yeah.
let me compliment and let's
It's
be
a
serious.
culture, you're
the
right,
Cuisine,
Samantha.
Italian cuisine is like fantastic. It's like number
It's tremendous.
3 in the world. You know, I don't
Whoa,
want.
whoa, whoa.
I don't know.
No, no,
I don't want to go into personal.
Cut the cameras.
That's it. Open
I
up
don't want
another
to go
bottle.
into personal preferences,
Who's
guys.
number one?
Let's take the
But-
pictures
Italy's
now.
3.
Let me be the objective person here, right? So I said
Okay, I'll see it. I'll see
Don't
it.
it's
say
not 3.
Greek.
I didn't say if it was 1 or 2 or 3.
Now
okay?
Siri doesn't understand my English after the second bottle of wine, but just you
But
ask Siri.
what I'm-
We
what
need
I'm-
Albanian
my point
subtitles
is,
now.
Just ask Siri with your.
it's been a long experiment for hundreds of years of pairing this grape with this food, you know, and so you guys are really experts in the topic.
Yeah, but let's rewind though.
Let's rewind.
Yeah, so
Okay.
who's your top 3 then for food?
Okay, I want to say, oh my god, guys. Okay, I'm a little biased.
How do you know?
I do like Italian. I do like
Did
Italian.
you study
Maybe
before?
It's like one,
What you did?
Who's
you
number
studied
one?
before come here, which is the first, the second, the third. You did that.
but I'm biased because I am biased.
Don't say Honduras.
Okay, ask.
No, not Honduras. No, not Honduras.
Don't say French.
No, but okay.
Don't
so
say even India.
Argentina.
I think Italian is there, number 1.
What do you mean is
Wait,
there?
no, no,
What
don't
do
just
mean
say
is
there.
there?
you
Like,
said
look,
3 before.
I don't want to lose my job.
you're not gonna lose your job, but at least ask Siri. Be honest.
I'll be. Just kidding.
No, I'll be.
So okay, so I think I'm not gonna give
Korean
places.
food?
I'm not gonna give places. So I think Japanese, Italian, and Mexican.
In that order?
No way.
No, not
No,
that
she's
order.
saying the top
No
3.
places, top 3. I
All
just
right.
want to say those 3.
All right.
Why
So-
don't say Italian,
French,
Japan,
you
and
guys
Mexico?
were
But you
cool,
said
but you
Japan,
didn't.
Italian,
French
Mexican.
is like up there, but it's like you guys didn't.
French is like an appetizer.
You guys
They have-
didn't like evolve from
French-
that.
Which
past
cuisine
that,
has
you
the
know?
most Michelin star in the world?
Okay, Italians. Okay.
No.
Not Italian.
You're like-
Spain, yeah.
Barcelona. In Barcelona, I have the most.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with Spain. I'm like Spain is
Yeah.
okay.
You
It's
like
fine.
Spain? Yeah.
I like Spain.
You like Greek food?
I love Greek food.
You like
But you put
souvlaki?
Japanese food number
I
1.
like
like
souvlaki.
Japanese. No.
Now,
I was
now
I
everybody's
She likes
putting
sushi, she
Samantha
like-
on the
love
spot.
Japanese. I love
Oh, I
Japanese.
love too. Oh my god, my favorite food, Chinese, Japanese food is my favorite.
Exactly. That's what
I
I'm
eat it
saying.
every
so,
day.
You know, like
My-
top 3
my
cuisines in the
favorite
A
world.
food is
Honduras
just
girl
food.
saying Japanese food's her favorite.
No, not my favorite. I love Italian food. It's
Okay.
probably my favorite because I say I eat Italian the most. It's like most often, you know. But from
But again, everybody's got to have their own favorite.
Right,
If
yeah.
everybody had the same favorite,
if I'm
you know,
drinking red wine, it's definitely Italian.
Japanese?
Food.
Oh, okay.
Definitely
Yeah, for
Italian.
example, to me.
If I'm drinking
Then I'm
wine,
having
it might
sushi
be
with red
Japanese.
wine.
No, for
It
me
might
it's
be
like
Japanese.
sushi. All this Japanese food, the Chinese food, it's all about sushi. This is for me. It's like kind of. I never been to the store. I never know how to order.
You
When
don't know how to. Yeah, I know.
We know when I go,
That's
for
what
example.
I love about like being here.
What do you mean by that?
About America, you know, like you just get.
I don't know how to order. I love to be here.
That's what I'm saying.
Send me to Italian restaurant. I can bring you all the recipes.
You open what is it called? Like a super those eggs?
Kinder Surprise.
Yeah. Every time you go to a restaurant, so I don't know.
Yeah, but
Indian food, I don't know what that means.
Some of them are the same. Even if you open 10, you have the same menu inside. Listen to me. I know chicken teriyaki because my son like it. And he likes some sushi. But to me, if I'm hungry, like even now, which is like 10 o'clock, even if we go to Chinese restaurant, I'm just going to say, I'm better go to 7-Eleven, have a hot dog, instead of staying there. I'm sorry, this is me, my friend. If I go to Italian restaurant...
They're like hot dogs over at Chinese.
Listen, the funny thing is that it's alcohol. It's zero.
14.
It's a zero alcohol.
Zero alcohol.
Funny is that it's zero alcohol.
Zero
It's
alcohol. This is a non-alcohol.
Put a scratch on this.
It's a zero.
Is it zero? Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Your
zero.
ass is a zero.
Yes, it is.
No, but this is great. I am so happy we finally got together to do.
I just canceled my whole schedule. We're staying here.
a podcast.
Did
here.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, tell them to
I'm
come
good for
later.
the next
Tell
couple
them to
hours.
go and break. The people outside for pictures later.
Yeah.
Tell them to come back.
Tell
The
them to come back.
paparazzi.
Yeah, tell them to
We're
come
not
back.
ready.
No, not yet.
Oh man, no, but this is great. I love enjoying stories like this.
What's
you
your
know?
favorite food, Vay?
My favorite food,
Yeah.
Italian.
Italian?
Me?
You're gonna put me
I'm
on
so.
the spot.
I mean, if you want to know about my food,
I'm ready.
Yeah.
pasta, raw fish in Italy.
Fish, yeah.
Appetizer, this kind of appetizers. I like octopus.
What Albania? What do they have for food over there?
A lot of fish,
A
right?
lot of fish.
Gross. Fagioli.
Mine's got to be Italian, number one.
No, I mean here now Albania. Let me talk about Albania. Albania, it was for 45 years. Doesn't have nothing to do with wine. For 45 years, Albania was in communism, and it's no church, no mosque, nowhere to pray. The dictator was like Fidel Castro. Was in Albania was Enver Hoxha. He was saying like, I'm the God for you. If you have anything to pray, pray to me. You don't have, and then if you pray to God and he find out the family prays or from the religion, he comes and then whatever jail kills. That's whatever he was doing at that time. And then 1991, after Albano Carrisi came, for some reason,
That's when you were born.
I born in
91.
2000.
Okay.
2000.
2000.
25.
Millennium. I am a millennium.
Look, he learned English too when he came in
See?
2011.
Especially after
the
the wine and the watery wine. And like 2000 and then 1991, the dictator somehow for some reason he was dead and everybody it was closed. The body was saying he was dead, and then they're trying to hide he was dead. 1991, everything happened open, and then what happened? The first thing we did, go in Italy and Greece because it was the border. Albania is border with the water with the Adriatic Sea. We have Italy, and also we have the Greece with Ionian Sea, and also like custom. We move, Albania moves Greece and Italy. But like when they come back in Albania, they brought in Albania more traditional of Italian cuisine, because what they did, the first job like the Albanians did when they come in America. Italian restaurant, go knock the door, I'm Albanian, can I start dishwashing for you?
Yeah.
And then you make salads, and then you be chef, and then you buy the restaurant.
The next thing you know, they take over Arthur Avenue.
Now, yes.
Oh, and all the Mexicans, all the Italian places in New Jersey and New York, by the way.
Yeah.
No.
Now, the same thing happened in Italy when we were in Italy. We learned about the Italian cuisine because we work a lot in the hard work. Not because I'm Albanian and I'm hard worker. I don't mean that. You can open the Pope wine. I have another Pope for you, praying for you.
I do nothing in moderation.
Praying for you.
And what happened, Vito? After working there for 8, 6, 5, 10 years, depends of the situation. They come in Albania, they open Italian restaurants, and now today in Albania you have 25,000+ Italian people. They live in Albania doing business or living there because the life is cheaper, the food is even better than Italy. Not because
Because they learned in Italy.
they learn
that's
in
why.
Italy, and they have Italian cuisine, and now you have also Don't text and drive. Also, you have also.
Someone has to work, guys. I'm sorry. One of us has to work.
Yeah, but you don't work. It's 5 o'clock in Italy now in the morning. 5 p.m. in
waking up.
Italy. You are 11 a.m. here in the United States. Come on.
Yeah, what time is it?
It's 11 o'clock.
It's 11. Oh my God. We gotta call an Uber back.
Holy sugar. I have to be in Brooklyn right now, but it's fine.
Were you going Brooklyn?
Yeah.
He was.
No, but I have my driver. No, I'm saying I can't afford to have a driver, but.
Yeah, Samantha.
No, if she's gonna drive, no. She's better to fly with the airplane because use no red lights. And there are a lot of Italian restaurants, also from Italian people. They live in Albania, and we do a lot of business. Like for example, small factories. They come in Albania because the work is cheaper in Albania. They come in Albania, they factor things and they bring it back in Italy and they ship it. I have a friend of mine. He started working for Zara in Italy, and
I saw Zara in Italy. It was huge.
nah, what they did, they started bringing the material, the first material in Albania, assemble it in Albania, ship it in Italy.
Okay. So that's how
And
Zara.
actually, I saw in the United States things he made in Albania, and they sell at Zara here in the United
in the
States.
United States. Wow.
Zara's getting big. All
Very
over the
big.
place. Very
Yeah.
big.
And they're not that expensive either.
And I like Zara
They're
because
scaling
it's
up
European
big time.
style.
Yeah.
European style.
I guess we opened up another bottle of wine. We're
Just
going
to
to
be
be here a
sociable.
while.
Right.
This is an Amarone.
This is fantastic, yes. I love Amarone. Amarone is one of my top favorite choices.
What?
It's just so sophisticated on the palate. You're gonna find a lot of breadfruit notes in there. Fantastic. Definitely something you want to open an hour before you drink.
I love like the whole description before you're about to taste it. Makes it even better.
No, right? So that's the thing.
How many
like,
games are there, Samantha? Let me ask you something.
It's 3. Of course. What you mean?
How many what?
I love
3, yeah.
Amarone. This is authentic. This is from the heart. I love Amarone. Amarone
I
is
can see
something that I love
From
to.
the
I
you-
tell people like, listen, if you want to have like a sexy date night or just like a good, or just
No,
like
I'm just-
a good time with your girlfriends, and
was
you want to
eating.
elevate the tone, you know.
Minus 80.
Amarone is the way to
And
go.
just like elevate the tone of the night. Yes, Amarone is very high in alcohol, so it's gonna definitely get you there.
And
Hold
another
on. Let,
thing
let
is,
me make, let me make a note. Amarone.
Amarone.
listen, it's a sexy wine. Now,
It is.
listen, you know why I agree with her? Because she's right, it's a sexy wine. Because Amarone is made in Veneto. Veneto is Romeo and Juliet in the balcony.
Right.
a love.
Really?
She's
all
right.
love,
It's
you
all about
see?
love. Wine is about
See,
love.
you were learning a lot here
now we're
today.
learning a
Now
lot.
we're
I like
learning
it.
a lot.
Where's the balcony now?
Gotta be in Rome, no?
No, Veneto. You know Romeo and Juliet in balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who is in balcony now? I don't remember. Was Romeo in top and Juliet in the bottom? Was opposite side?
I don't remember.
But it's
Oh, I
fantastic.
like that.
It is.
It's
you know.
sweet.
I actually tried the Amarone Reserva for the first time. We have a 2015.
15.
Yeah, so like anything Reserva, right? So quick tip, anything Reserva.
I was just going to ask, what's the difference between the reserve
Age.
wine?
It's
and-
aged
oh, it's the
longer,
age.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait
So
a
it
second.
depends on different,
That's unbelievable.
It's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Don't-
And
It's
that's
better
a
than
$33
Bertani.
bottle on the store. So for $33, you could drink something fantastic. That's
How much
actually
is-
gonna get there, like $35 in the store. It's really good
Look
stuff.
at Chris. I'm going to buy a
That
couple.
is
Right.
tremendous.
It's fantastic, and we
No,
haven't
it's
even let it
very
breathe.
good.
We just open it and
Better
you know.
die.
We
You're
a
fond
battery,
of. You better die.
Yeah, it's very spicy. You find a lot of spices in there. I love it. I think it's a fantastic wine to open with friends or family. But if you want to like definitely elevate
Listen,
the night,
Samantha, I'm going
Amarone
to
is-
interrupt you now.
Yeah.
No, listen. Let him turn the camera first. Or this other one is.
You're all on.
No, we're good. We're all on.
There's still catching your face in it.
Now you say it's good for family. This is sexy wine.
It is. No, for anything. It's just.
family. Come on, Samantha.
It's just. It is. But it is true. It's like.
He's trying to get the younger people back into wine.
It's like I want to explain to them why it matters.
Yeah, but
you know?
doesn't mean you don't have to say sexy wine to bring the young people to drink that wine.
But it is sexy.
This is my Samantha.
That's tremendous.
No, it's very good.
It's
Very
good,
good.
right?
Yeah.
This is a Samantha was talking.
So what I love about Amarone is the process of making Amarone.
So you
right?
say
Do guys know?
Amarone?
Yeah, it's
Amarone della Valpolicella. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
so,
just,
you know. So.
She's just, he was just like,
But, they're like Italian, so they could say it better than I do. So.
It's fine.
But I love the process. They go through this abbassimento process, right? So essentially, they dry the grapes for 3 months. So like raisins, they dry the grapes for 3 months, and then they crush them all together. So a lot of the red blends, what they do is like they'll produce the wine and then kind of mix the juice like a Kool-Aid, right? Just mix the juices. But these grapes go all through the process together. So they get all smashed up together, then they all get into barrels together, and they go through the aging process all together.
Gotcha.
So that's why you have a lot of flavor.
And this is the reason
very
why
bold.
when you make it natural dry, all the water dries out. And in the grape, you have only the juice. And this is the reason why this the sugar of the juice, the fruit. And when you scratch that, this is the reason why it's a high alcohol, because it's natural dry, the high alcohol, and it's limited product because so much product get lost because of it's not like they harvest and they squeezy and at the same time they go in fermentation. They let it dry for months outside with the fresh air.
So it's very hard to
And then actually, when you call mold in the United States, something, let me call the cleaning department.
Right. You want the mold.
This is natural mold. When you see the when you see the tears coming out from your mouth, then when you're ready to sip the second glass, that is ready to do anything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you seal the mold in nella buccia,
so
the
mold
skin,
intoxication,
when the white mold in the skin, that means it's ready. And actually, should have a picture here first. Let me Google.
So that's when it's ready to
be
start fermentation.
Gotcha.
And also we have ripasso. What they do in ripasso, after finish this process, all the skin and everything was remaining from this process, they add more juice, they let it fermentate again, and became ripasso della Valpolicella, which is ripasso means like the second process, ripasso,
right.
ripassimento, which they repeat it.
Yeah, ripasso is actually another great option if you want to get
Which is
wines.
which is probably like
it's a little
30% cheaper also in the market.
Cheaper.
30% probably.
Yeah, it's the same quality, it's the same grapes.
Same grapes.
It's just a different process.
Right, because you're adding
usually
it again.
when for
they
example,
age it for a little less.
For example, when people start drinking a little bit, instead of talking about $30, they start talking about 300,000, and then after the couple bottles, 3 million. It's only $50 bottle of wine. I mean, we're not talking here about
this is 50,
30. No, I thought you said around 30.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Restaurants they sell for $100 a bottle.
This is $15.
Maybe I should have said the price.
The cork, yes. The cork. You're pointing.
But that's what I'm saying. It takes a lot of work to bring this bottle to life.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
it's not
but-
like we buy
that's
like a
excellent,
bunch
too.
of juices and we bottle in America.
Like everything else, you go back and you say, okay, I'm going to spend $35 for that bottle of wine, right? But think of all the process to make that bottle.
Oh, everything.
Right?
And then it elevates your night. It's not the same to, open a bottle of Amarone than it is to, I'm not going to mention anything, but another like $12 bottle of wine that's,
right.
IGT, whatever.
Yeah. No, but I'm telling you, this
This is my favorite so far.
Yeah, put some more in here.
He's like, I agree.
I agree. That's good.
I just
This
thought of
Amarone is
the.
fantastic. We have the Reserva. We're going to get you guys some. We're out of stock right now.
It's amazing.
But
Are we bringing
Reserva's
this to the Robert Graham event?
We should, yes, we should. For the Reserva, you want to open about like an hour. So if it's
We
like
can bring the
a
Reserva.
2015, you want to open it like eight hours before. Like that's how you maximize.
8 hours before?
That's like a year per vintage. Like that's how you maximize the flavor.
So we're gonna be opening up that
So in
bottle.
the
at
morning-
4 o'clock in the morning.
Hold on,
So in
hold
the
on.
morning,
I got up
you know?
at 6 this morning. Anna, open up that
Yeah.
bottle.
Please, it's gonna be a hard day today. You kind of be like you have to be the weatherman,
Oh,
you know how your day's
man.
gonna
It's gonna be
go
a fun
by.
event.
I have to call my teacher. Hey, teacher, can you open the bottle of wine because I'm gonna go back again.
So I love that there's a whole experience with wine. It's a whole experience. It's
That's
really not
great.
about getting drunk. It's about the
Oh,
conversation right now. I don't really
absolutely.
drink, guys. I'm drinking because I'm.
No,
with
no,
you guys.
I really don't. I don't drink that much
I'm not
either.
drinking. This is water. This is Kool-Aid, guys.
I sometimes I don't drink. I just do the IV.
Yeah.
But
I snore.
But speaking about the wines and everything, too, you know, we're going to have an event at Robert Graham,
Tell us, Vic.
Short Hill Store, on February 22nd. And I want everybody to come out. There's Kevin, Samantha's going to be there, and they're going to bring some special wines here. Hopefully, they'll bring a bottle of Amarone for
100%
somebody
will
to
bring
try.
that too, and of course, after we do pictures.
and
And
after.
we're gonna bring a Sharpie to sign whatever you guys want us to sign.
And
I'll
after
sign for you.
pictures, but we're going to do February 22nd, the Robert Graham store in Short Hills from 1 to 4. And Kevin, Samantha's going to be there. We're going to have some wines there. We're going to taste some wines. We're going to drink some wines. And the other special thing about
Hopefully, we're
happening
gonna have
that
some discount.
yeah, well, I'm sure we're going to get a discount there. We'll talk to Jerry. I'm sure we'll have some sort of discount for everybody coming.
You did. Thank you.
And the other great thing about it is we're going to do Vito actually named the shirt. The godfather of Northern New Jersey real estate actually has a Robert Graham limited edition shirt coming out. I don't want to say the name yet, but it is coming out. I'll be wearing it that day, and it's an amazing, amazing shirt. So I can't wait for everybody to see it, and hopefully everybody will purchase this limited edition shirt from Robert Graham.
I have a deal with you, Vito. How
Can we
about
do
this?
a cheers to your shirt?
Oh, cheers.
Before.
Should we name the? Should we say the name?
No, not yet.
Not
Cheers
yet?
to your
All right.
shirt.
I know, but I don't want to say it now. After the third, fourth
If you
bottle.
cash on me $5, no.
Cash app.
Hey, it's rough times.
What I was saying.
I just thought of the name of this podcast, by the way, for the title.
You did?
Yeah. Come get drunk with Vito, Samantha.
And Kevin. No,
That's
we're
simple,
not drunk.
yeah.
And take pizza later. Pictures later.
I'm still eating. Pictures later.
Yeah, we have a great time last time when we did the event there.
Yeah, it's going to be bigger this year.
And actually, they did a great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you
Shout out
guys
to
for
Jerry.
having
He's
us
such
here.
A great,
And thank you, Samantha, for coming today. It was our honor to have
Of
you here
course,
today.
thank you for hiring me and paying me every Friday. That's really awesome. You're very kind.
I try to do my best.
I'm actually gonna bill you for this right now. Just kidding, but
You have a
thank
salary,
you.
Samantha.
I thought you were W-2. You're 1099
Thank you
now?
guys. No, thank you guys for having us. Really, I think I've learned a lot from. So I actually come from a finance background, and
Do you really?
I do, yes. So that's what I do for the company mostly, and sometimes I bullshit with Kevin.
How's the
when
P&L?
they invite me, so.
P&L's good?
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. So it makes it easier to work for someone that actually represents, like he walks the talks, right? So he sells high quality products because he brings high quality products. It's not just that we are saying that they are. They really are. You could just Google any of these brands and you're gonna find it for yourself that these are all family-owned businesses. And Kevin loves wine. He loves what wine brings to the table. Obviously like crazy
Literally.
conversations and jokes and I love it. It's a great industry to be in. It's probably better than anything else out there. I get to like eat and drink
And drink, yeah.
and get
There
paid
you go.
for it. So
I was going to ask, what do you like about Wine to Wine? You said it before I even asked.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Kevin,
I know.
how about yourself? What can to close
Keep
out?
drinking wine.
It's like the
drink.
tax breaks.
Keep drinking wine. This is how you sell the houses, Vito?
No, never. I always bring him the good stuff.
He does. That he
For
does.
example.
Once in a while. When the market's good.
I just came in America and I was working construction with somebody I was expecting a lot much more from him, but whatever, better, thank God. Because I was going to work with the Gucci shoes. And I was like doing construction with Gucci shoes, and he was like, "Yeah,
That
what are you
sounds
doing?"
like
I
it.
said, "What?" the-"
That's a good description of you.
And
I'm sorry.
was a guy. He was building a house, and he was to change some stuff outside. And he said, "Okay, just do this half now, and then this other half we do next summer." And with my English, I was saying, I said, "Sir, when you shaved, how you shaved? Half today, half tomorrow?" He said, he started laughing like, "Oh my God, okay, just do it all." This guy have a job because he said, "Okay, let's do this half of the side of the house. Let's do this half this summer, and the other one for the pavers outside. Whatever.
Right.
He told him, let's do this side, and then next time we do. And I told him, how about when you shave? You shave one today, one tomorrow.
You are funny.
Oh
It's
my
funny.
gosh.
He
I always
That's
tell
funny.
him, worst case scenario, you could become a stand-up comedian. Like,
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm scared to stay in front of the camera.
He actually loves it. Every time someone asks him, like, what does he do? He's like, I'm an influencer entrepreneur. Like, he never says he runs a wine company. He says he's an influencer.
That's who I am. This is what I feel. This is my dream.
He's an influencer, right?
When they ask me, I say whatever it takes.
Whatever.
I respond.
I mean, sometimes.
That's a dangerous answer.
Now,
That's me, though. I'm going to steal that from him.
You want to have some
You
more?
can have it.
Or are you done for today?
No.
stop it.
Wait, come on. The show
Real
doesn't
estate.
finish
There's
until
no real estate going on.
Warren's
Yeah, but
done.
listen,
This is Vino with Vito.
let me tell you something. I'm
runs
curious
the
for
show.
people who's gonna watch this movie. I know
This
This movie.
we're gonna
We're
be
called Vito,
Netflix.
Federico Fellini.
Listen, I'm telling you, this video is gonna be Netflix. I swear, they're gonna come and sign a contract. I don't know who'll have the right for this video, but it's okay. I just want to sell wine. I don't care what's the rights of this video, but I'm sure they're gonna come. They're gonna come behind us to have the rights to sell this with Netflix. But
So Kevin's going to Paris tomorrow.
yeah, I'm going.
You want to go?
I hope he stays there for a long time.
Whoa,
Oh my God, it
the
was my
wine's
thoughts
coming out now.
No problem. Listen, the Vino Veritas. I love it. Vino Veritas. Vino tell the truth. Vito.
So for all
I
you
hope-
young kids, Vino tells you the truth. So
Veritas.
speak your mind.
Hey, listen, don't stay close to your wife and drink wine
Wine.
because you're
I
gonna
don't
be
tell you the
embarrassed, my friend.
Oh, so I can't believe he's going to Paris.
Paris tomorrow. I'm going to London in May. I
Yeah,
should
but-
meet you over there.
No, but I'm not
Yeah,
going.
but it's
Listen,
May
Vito,
and,
let me
and
clear this
February.
because I don't want people like to write comments and I'm going in France to buy Italian wines.
France for Paris
Because-
for
Why do you
Italian
have
wine.
against French people?
Nothing. I love French people.
I-
The good things I like to talk. This is my thing. I just live it in the beginning, like I just when you turn on the car in the morning,
Oh, you gotta.
and then especially after I have a little bit juice in my system, I don't care. This is me, my friend.
Speaking about turning the cars, I went to start the Ferrari the other day.
Uh-huh.
It was like.
Didn't go up. You gotta sell that thing. I'm telling you, you gotta get rid of it.
I didn't put the trickle charger on it. So I
Why would you
finally
put it?
started up. Wait, I finally started up. Nucci actually gave me his charger, little charger. So I started right up with the charger. I pull the car out of the garage. I go turn the radio on.
No good?
No, the radio.
Was it Italian?
No, in Italian, you got to put a code in when the battery's dead. You got to put the code in.
yes.
I have no idea. I'm just going. It's not starting. Disabled my radio, so now I got to put the code in. But now you got to wait an hour to put it in, and I'm like, you got
Wait an hour.
An hour. It's
Open up a
disabled.
bottle of wine.
It's disabled, so I couldn't wait an hour. So I put the car back. I started it yesterday. Now it's 55 minutes. So tomorrow when I go start it again, I'm going to bring a bottle of wine. I'm going to open it up first. Only in the driveway, though. I'm not going to go out. And I'll wait for it to get down to 0. And now I have the code to put the radio back
But you
in.
know the
I
code
can-
at least.
Hey, what's the code?
Yeah, I got
You
the
know
code.
the code is on.
I got the
Your
code.
birthday.
They tell you put the code. No, they give you a code when you get the car.
Temporary.
And no, it's actually on a card. And they say, do not keep this in the car. So it's in my
okay,
house.
okay.
So
So
I
what's the
took a
code?
picture of it.
It's the birthday.
The birthday.
Yeah, but or 40, like I do.
Yeah,
My fault. My always 00. Everybody knows my password.
0000.
FaceTime. You don't have to face me. Just this is
Zero,
my
zero,
password. I don't
zero.
have
She's
nothing
adorable.
to hide. This is my daughter.
Adorable.
She put this picture. Here's the camera. I keep messing up. This is my
Over
this is
there,
the
over
camera.
there. You got the camera over here.
No, this is closer to me. Looks like a camera. My daughter, 12. Now she's 8 years old.
12.
No, my son is 12. She put that picture when I was in Saranda with her and my son. She put that picture. She took the picture. She put the picture, the frame picture there, and I never changed it.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm a good father. I hope I'm a good. I don't know. I do my
You,
best.
you
to
seem
be-
like a good father.
Yeah.
When you're sleeping, you seem like oh, wait. I shouldn't
Yeah, I mean, listen. Probably I was better when I was younger. Now I'm getting old. Probably I do a little bit more mistakes now because you're
I
getting old.
think we need to stop saying old.
No, how are you gonna say?
Vintage.
Vintage.
wine.
Oh, I like that.
Vintage wine.
It's like the wine. You get better by the year.
Okay,
Yeah, you get
I've
better
learned
by
that. I've
age.
learned
Yeah.
What vintage Vito is?
Well, vintage.
But it's like I'm getting a little bit
vintage
more
I am?
vintage.
I am so happy I wore this shirt today.
No, I'm happy to be here today.
It just blends
No,
right
I don't
in.
care what you have today.
I
I'm happy to
love
be
Robert
here.
Graham, whole concept, like I feel like we are going to, as a young mom, right? My son is only 2.5 years old, but all my friends, they just want to dress their kids in like beige and gray and black, and it's like, you're so boring. No shots thrown, but we need to have a little bit more color in life.
Absolutely.
We
Oh,
need
what
to.
color are you
So
looking for?
I love
The
for
colors?
Robert, for color in all our lives.
I thought you liked the colors.
No, everything. Now everything's like white and gold and just
Yeah.
like this neutral colors, and everyone's going for that. And it's like, no, like we should just embrace the colors.
Absolutely. I
We should
mean,
just embrace them.
every time,
They can
I
see
was,
Vino from space.
I was with Nucci
Two
the other day,
satellites.
right? We go out to lunch. I walk in, we sit down. The waitress comes over and she goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "I love that shirt."
Right.
She goes, "Every time you come in here, you have a different shirt
Shirt
on."
on, yeah.
She goes, "But I really love those colors. I love, what shirt is that?" And then I explained
What
to them,
vintage
it's
is?
Robert Graham,
What vintage
whatever.
is the way it is, though.
What's that?
What vintage?
Vintage is actually
No.
a little bit older than my vintage. And
The
she
waitress
loved the
there?
shirt,
Oh,
the
okay.
waitress.
Okay, I thought
but
she's-
No. She was older, and I'm
She was
telling
vintage too.
you, she was vintage too.
She had a good vintage. to her.
Probably this is the way.
But people notice, like you said, the
Yeah.
colors and
It's
the
like
difference.
everyone
and-
dresses the same. Everyone
Right,
has
right.
everything's trendy.
The
There's
problem,
like this
Vito,
set models.
the problem-
even with wine, like California wine, it's a trend. It's a trend.
Right, it's a trend.
Like
Yep.
how long has California been making wine for?
Yep.
What history is there behind it? It's just
Yeah,
the trend.
probably like
of,
2 or 3
the
weeks.
long
When I
times. They
started
still make
importing
good
wines,
wine. I'm not. No, they have
they
good wines.
stopped making wines when I started importing wine.
course,
They
yeah.
stopped.
Make it.
There's so much.
No more wine. Kevin came in the
there's so
country.
Kevin
No more
came,
wine.
No more wine.
The problem with vintage wine is because all the decor goes bad. You have to be careful of that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tell them, not
To
me.
who?
I know that. I know
who?
that. To our friends that are watching.
Yeah, I mean, again, probably Netflix is gonna be a little bit disappointed now with me saying the core is gonna go bad in the vintage.
But going back to the clothes and everything, people actually look at that. A lot of people can't wear it. They don't want to wear it.
Yeah.
They think people are going to say, "Hey,
Right, they're gonna
look
look
at
at
him.
them
Oh,
differently.
look, he's different or whatever." I enjoy wearing, the Robert Graham clothes.
I feel great when I
I
wear
feel
it.
great when I wear
The
it.
same
I
idea.
love
The
those.
clothes are they feel
The
great on me.
quality's
The
fantastic.
quality's unbelievable. And, I get people actually in my town in Fairfield, and, you'll run into them and they'll be like, "Wow, there he goes. There goes Vito, the best dressed, man in Fairfield."
No,
Because
especially
people notice
Vito,
too.
especially those limited editions they have. Yeah,
Oh,
some
forget
of them, they are.
They're
Oh my god.
fantastic.
I
We're
remember
talking
you
about
wearing
skinny.
that
Look
shirt.
at
It
It
was
was great.
beautiful.
We're talking about the skinny. Look at me.
You give me a lot of material, V.
Look at me about the skinny.
Michael Kors.
No, I'm saying the skinny. Not
He's
the Michael.
this is the ad for Ozempic right now, guys. This is
Ozempic.
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 Ozempic Prince right here.
And
my
listen,
sponsor.
don't think. Oh,
Oh.
the camera fault. I'm sorry.
It's Almarone. I said it has a high alcohol percentage.
Effective. So
Well, on that note,
You should ban Kevin, guys.
doesn't look good. Doesn't look to me high alcohol. It looks good.
We're gonna start speaking Albanian.
Albania
Next
in a
half
couple
hour.
minutes. Well, I'm very happy you guys came. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
Wizard, always
Wizard.
a pleasure
I don't know how
having
the
you.
fuck I got that name.
Chris's new name is the Wizard.
I have no idea.
But on that note, my wine is done. I think we've been here quite
while.
This is
quite a
definitely the
while.
longest podcast ever.
Oh, I'm sure it's been a couple hours, but and on that note, one day, and that day will come when you need to buy or sell a house. And when that day does come, you need to call Vito Cantuzzi, the godfather of Northern New Jersey real estate.